Okay, let's watch the corners here. Somebody watch the sides. Ready? Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible's name is Yahweh. What happened? The God of the Bible's name is Yahweh, meaning He is. The God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the defenders of the sheep, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which is the lowly and the meek, which is our people, man. The brokenhearted, the enslaved ones, the ones that are still in captivity, at the bottom under these curses, who the world called Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, his real name in the Hebrew is Yahushua, which he's coming very soon to establish his kingdom on earth. And gonna take down these devils over here, the Edomites, man. Double honor to the men that get life for this truth, the martyrs for this truth. The dead in Yahushua shall rise first. And double honors to the elders that taught us the truth and building the tabernacle of David that is fallen. The tabernacle of David being the 12,000 out of each tribe, the 144,000, the true kings and priests of the earth, the true sons of Jacob, man, under the King of Kings Yahushua, man. And basically we are here, the Lord blessed us for this truth, for this brotherhood, you know. And we was talking earlier about these Christians, and now they're having to open up the Bible. Give me that Matthew 7:13. We'll bring out a couple of scriptures and we're going to pass it, man. Most High blessed us with this truth, open up our eyes to this truth, blessed us with a brotherhood, all right? As you can see here, and we're out here to prophesy the kingdom of heaven, man, which is to come. There's going to be a kingdom on earth, man. So here it is, people out here in Atlantic City gambling and playing games. This ain't the time to be playing games, man. This is the time for serious, man. Because America's going to be judged real soon. Hey, shalom, brother. America's going to be judged real soon. Real soon there's going to be a major judgment coming to America, man. Babylon in the Bible, man. Which every empire got judged by who the world calls God. There is a Most High. There is a high spirit, the Great Spirit, Wakanda, which that's what the Native Americans call the Most High. That was another title, Wakanda, which means the Great Spirit. And the Most High ain't raising up no Black Panther, man. They're raising up lions, man. The righteous as bold as lions. Right?
Matthew chapter 7, verse 13.
And that's why Kanye West is coming out, and he's deceiving. He's set up to be a deceiver, man. Supposedly he had some Sunday church service thing, and he had thousands of people turn their life to Christ. And Kanye West, at his own mouth, said that he's from the tribe of Judah, and he went on the social media and posted the Lord's name. So he knows the truth, but he's set up to cause confusion, man. That's why he was over there in West Africa, looking demonic as hell with black and orange on. Talk about the 12 tribes of Judah. The 12 tribes of Judah, no. It's the 12 tribes of Jacob. Judah's one tribe, man. You see, but that's the confusion. That's why you got to watch these celebrities, man. Because, oh, hey, some celebrities out here amongst us right now. They come to Atlantic City, right, to gamble and have a good time. Go ahead.
Book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go therein at.
Enter ye at the straight gate, meaning hard, man. So this thing is not easy, man. This ain't an easy walk. That's why you don't see thousands of men over here. You see a few good men. Our sister told us earlier that we're the Christian Marines. I said, yeah, we are the Christian Marines, man. So we want to put it like the Most High is raising up an army of the Christians, which is the followers of Christ. Who are the followers of Christ? The elect, 144,000. The tabernacle of David. Go ahead.
It says, verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Few there be that find it. So here it is. Brothers been out here teaching. Elders been out here teaching before me. Other elders have been out here teaching. We out here prophesying, preaching onto the lost sheep. But guess what? You don't see thousands of people coming in. But Kanye West, overnight, he starts a Sunday church service, and he has tens of thousands of people following him. And he's nothing to lead our people astray from the truth, man. And what's the truth of who we are? Your nationality, who you are, is important, man. Your heritage is important. It was passed down to your ancestors, man. Everybody heritage and race is important, except you Israelites. You don't care about your history. You can't even accept the fact that you're Northern Kingdom, you speak so-called Spanish. Why do the different tribes, so-called Tainos, the so-called Incas, the Mayans, right? The Seminoles, the Native Americans, the different native tribes, why do you speak different, why are you divided when you speak Spanish? Because it was the Spanish Edomites that conquered you. But now the spirit is so bad, the Most High brought out of the portals. They just found 800 stones and Hebrew writings. Then over there in Mexico, they found in Las Lunas, Mexico, the 10 Commandments written in the ancient Hebrew. Which you even had a so-called Jewish Amalekite fake Jew said that the Aztecs have to be one of the tribes of Israel. So if the Aztecs have to be one of the tribes of Israel, that means the Taínos got to be there. That means the Incas got to be there. The Native American, the so-called indigenous peoples got to be there. And the so-called Negroes, which is all in the same. Go ahead.
It says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
And that's Kanye West. And all these other false pastors and false prophets. That's Vocab Malone. That's another guy, man. He coming in with his theologian master's degree, man. Because his mentality, he knows the truth. That's why everywhere he goes, he's coming against Israelites. Why is that? Because he knows the truth. So now Christians actually have to open up the Bible now. We in the last days, so now the Bible has to be open and read. Not only read through the Spirit, which is the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, that only the elect can break down through the Holy Spirit. He gave his secrets to the servants, the prophets. So this thing is all supernatural, it's all spiritual. Right? Matter of fact, keep reading. Yeah, keep going.
It says, verse 16, ye know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
Now Kanye West is a corrupt tree. Kanye West is a corrupt tree. Now the fruits that's coming in is the fruits of the Spirit. The righteous ones, the ones that's repenting, the ones that's getting right, the ones that's sanctifying themselves, the ones that's coming together, the ones in one body in the Lord, man. With a word we call Jesus Christ, which is real name Yahushua, which is the army. We're standing up right now, man. And this is the standing, and we're pointing the hand of all the wickedness and atrocities that you've done. And ain't no denying this, man. Ain't no denying all the wickedness that you Edomites have done, and the judgment that's going to come upon you elites. They call them the Illuminati, the bankers, the shadow government, was the other biblical Edomites, man. And it is a conspiracy. It's not a theory, it's a conspiracy. What's the conspiracy? For our people to hide the truth of who we are. Because we're not blacks, we're not Native Americans, we're not Puerto Ricans, we're not Boricuas, we're not Dominicans, we're the Israelites, man. Right. Somos la gente de Dios, los hijas de Dios, man, de Papa Dios. Que nosotros, la papás, llamó a la papá de Dios, Yahya, which is short for Yahweh. Yahweh, the Native Americans, man. The Native Americans, the Natives people. Go ahead. They got this privilege thing. They having a good time. They think it's a joke. That's why it's gonna be beautiful when you go down, man. It's gonna be. You think it's a joke? You think it's a game? You laughing and giggling? But we like you laughing and giggling. We like that you got this privilege. This is your world. So have fun, laugh and giggle. Because when you go down, we gonna laugh and giggle. We gonna laugh and giggle. We gonna have fun. We gonna crack jokes. Right?
This Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked.
Yeah, because if these Edomites knew what was going to happen, surely the Most High is a terrible power. These heathens, man, they can't see it. They heathens, man. They think it's a joke. They walk by, they laugh at us. Look at you guys on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. Y'all niggas ain't got no lives. But when recompense comes, there's gonna be payback for all of that. You're not gonna get away from the bloodshed of the Native peoples, man. The so-called Native people. With the Native Americans, they say the First Nations. Now you got Thanksgiving coming up. Thanksgiving was the slaughter of the Native Americans. That's the spirit. We talk about the Black Panther. You got the Marlboro jacket on. That's the spirit. Thanos in the back. Who's Thanos? That's Yahushua. That's Yahushua. Marvel. Spiritual power, man. The spiritual power that's going to be manifested on earth. What's the spiritual power? Unlocking the secrets to that power. What's in unlocking that secrets to that power? The Most High opening up your eyes, man. The men that signed that cry, man. That had that connection with the higher power. That are going to do supernatural things here on earth, man. The book of Acts was the book of actions, man. The action-packed part of the movie is right here, right now. Yeah, they're right here, right now. The climax.
The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquities, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin.
That's right, man. You're going to pay for all the wickedness that you've done. And no longer, that proves that's definitely not talking about you. Because you're ruling. You elite bankers, you banking elite, the Illuminati, they control the society. Which are the biblical Edomites, you control the society. So that's not talking about you. You at the tail, we at the head. It tells you that's going to be the curses that's going to fall on the children of Israel. And you got that Christmas spirit, right? That's that Christmas song.
Yeah.
First of all, Thanksgiving hasn't even came up yet. And they're already going to Christmas. But here it is, stores are folding up. Barney's
Hey,
is folding up. Shalom, sis, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, man, this truth is getting out, man. The brother was in a spot earlier, and the truth was coming out. It's actually, what's the scripture with the father's lineage? So that vibe is out in the air. But they know brothers' faces, right? He was in the room, and all the brothers know what he's about, and they was asking him questions, and they was asking him about the scriptures. So we at the time where supernatural acts are going to take place right here, right now, man. The Gospels, supernatural spiritual power. That's how the multitudes are going to come in, man. So don't worry about why ain't nobody listening. We don't know, man, who the elect are. There's 7,000 men that should not bow down to Baal. Supernatural power, man. Jesus Christ, Yahushua, he was performing miracles, resurrecting the dead, healing the sick. Our people are sick in the head, man. For hundreds of years we've been sick. We don't know who we are. We call ourselves black. Why? Because we're in a black state of mind, man. We're in black condition, which is the curses in Deuteronomy 28. Now we're coming back to the blessing, which is white. Righteousness, sanctification. Go ahead.
St. John 16:20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that you shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And you shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy.
Oh, that's right. So our sorrows is going to turn into joy, man. Our broken hearts, the lonely and the meek, Revelations 21. The Lord's going to wipe away all our tears from our eyes, man. All this death, all this destruction, all this lostness, all this division amongst our people, man. Division, all this exploitation in the media that always exploits our people as drug dealers, gangbangs. They always exploiting our people as drug dealers, gangbangs. Now you got Alpo Martinez doing a documentary on how he admitted to killing his best friend, Rich Porter, man. Meanwhile, Rich Porter was looking for Alpo for help because he was trying to get his son that they kidnapped from a $500,000 bond. And he set him up because he was jealous of him and he got him put to death, man. Alpo, which he's Ephraim, from the tribe of Ephraim, man. Wicked ass Puerto Rican, so-called Puerto Rican. And the documentary, he doesn't even feel sorrowful about the thing. He doesn't feel humble. Like he's not even, you should be crying of the murder that you committed to your own people, man. You should be crying, man, for that. There's a lot of kids that follow this gangster life. This gangster life is a religion. The thugs of Hindustan, they call them the thuggies. The Brits call them the thuggies, man. Which ain't nothing but Elamites that will go around rape, robbing, and murdering their own people, man. Causing chaos in the streets. So if you're a thug and you're a gangster, you're a religious fanatic, man. You ain't nothing but the Christianity church. That's exactly what that is, man. So our people gotta repent from these wicked ways that we've been taught. Ain't nothing cool about being a thug and a gangster. That's being a murderer, man. But our people glorify gangsters, man. You glorify the mafia movies. Being a thug, being a gangster. You know what's being a thug? You know what's being a gangster? Being a gangster is standing up for your people. Being a gangster is standing up against the enemy. Being a gangster is unifying your people. That's gangster, man.
The acronym for gang is going against national genocide.
Going against national genocide, yo. Yeah. And gathering of what? 3 more people? 3 or more is a gang?
Yeah.
So this is a gang right here, righteous gang.
Revolution in progress.
Community revolution and progress, brotherly love over rights oppression. The bloods, the brethren, the kinsmen. It's the Israelites, man, right?
This Psalms 12:8. The wicked walketh on every side, and the most vilest men are exalted.
That's right. And what is Esau? He's the most vilest of all men. So if you're wicked and evil, you're going to be exalted, man. If you're a drug dealer, gangbang, you're going to be exalted. If you're a sodomite, you're going to be exalted. Malik Yoba. If you're a man, is not supposed to wear a dress. That's in the Bible. If you're a man, you're not supposed to wear a dress. And a woman's not supposed to act like a man. That's against the Bible, man. So we got to conduct ourselves and walk the righteous ways, man. A man is not supposed to wear a dress, period. You can't justify that, man. But this world justifies that. Why? Because, there you go, Esau, the wicked big brother, he promotes that, man, to destroy our people. It's to break the Israelite man's spirit. Because he knows that the Israelite man, starting with the head tribe Judah, has a lion-like spirit. And it falls down to other tribes. He knows when we get together and we form like Voltron, our enemies are done. They know that. And they don't like this over here. Because right now, this is a sanctuary. We're crying out to our God. We're telling our people to repent and get right and come out of these sick demonic ways, man. Come out of the ways of Babylon. Because Babylon's going to be judged. Go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 5.
Done.
There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity.
Folly, what people going crazy over, that chicken sandwich. Isn't that, don't we play that song in Popeyes? That song right there? That Popeyes chicken, man. And then they got a chicken I was looking at. I was just going in just to see they had chicken sandwiches in there. Shit was sold out. So then I'm sitting in there, I'm looking at people going in and out, just reading the spirit. People go up in there, there's no chicken sandwich. Yo, their whole face has got demonic, their eyes and everything. And then I looked and I said, what the fuck? I looked at the menu and there was a chicken. There was another chicken that said voodoo chicken. Voodoo chicken tenders.
You know they showed you that in the Boondocks episode.
Their eyes start bugging out. They started
Oh, matter of fact, in the voodoo chicken, when they promote it, we look at the word voodoo, it's two big eyes.
Oh, shit.
It's two big eyes. We look at the way how they spell it, it's two big eyes. And they have voodoo spicy sauce to go with it.
It was called Louisiana Popeyes, and that's where we got a lot of Levite down there. Yeah. So they probably do got some Levite witches praying over that fucking Popeyes chicken, man. Put curses on the people, man.
Like the woman that built the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Why is they even got turkeys? They telling turkeys in Popeyes. That's how you know that's wicked.
And that show you that this whole holiday spirit is dying.
It says,
Every time you watch World Star Hip Hop, there's always something popping off at Popeyes and McDonald's, some type of crazy shit showing you it's demonic and evil.
it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And it's a statue of that, right, in New York?
Yeah.
With the horses, and you have the Native
Theodore
American.
Roosevelt on a horse, and then you got a Judite and a Gadite in chains.
And you got an Edomite on the horse. Like that goes to show you, man. Esau's on top. He's the head. And we the tail, man. But guess what? The Most High say he's going to raise us up to break the horses. Jeremiah 51, I'm going to break the horses and his riders. Esau's always on the horse, man.
And you had that big thing that happened down in the south just recently. You had a Jake was tied up. He had mental illness, and they know that he had mental illness. And you had the cops. They was on a horse and they had him on a rope, and they was carrying him on a rope. And that just happened a couple months ago, 2019. So that right there just shows you the scriptures are alive right now, man.
And the reason why they do that because Jake is soft. Jake is more broken now than ever, man, because of the media, the foods, and the spirit. They're pushing this Sodom and Gomorrah on our children heavy. They taking the men out the household, and they know when they do that, they feminize the Israelite men. And not only that, the foods. A lot of these foods got chemicals in it, which messes with your DNA. That's why you got a lot of men with high estrogen and women with a lot of testosterone, because it's an imbalance of the hormones. That's why a lot of people are sick because of the foods that you're eating. You wonder why you're so sick and got cancer because of the foods that you're eating. It balances your hormones. If you balance your hormones, you'll have better health, man. It balances your blood pressure. But you constantly eating fast food and all this stuff, then you wonder why you're so sick. You wonder why you're so sick, but that's the works of the devil. You shall eat your food defiled amongst the Gentiles. You shall eat poison and live. We're eating poison right now. It's only through the grace and mercy of the Lord we're still alive, not dropping dead. But if we don't get the hell out of here, hey, they say by 2020, which is next year, 70% of people are gonna have some type of cancer. Now they got a new HIV.
Yeah.
So now the most beautifulest thing that brings forth life, you can't do it. You put your rod in the hole, you never see your rod again. Your shit disappears in the black hole, man. This is the society that we're living in, man. Now you gotta wear condoms. And the condoms don't even keep you safe. But it's supposed to be a God-fearing place. Ain't gonna be no kingdom, ain't gonna be no condoms in the kingdom. We're gonna be busting off freely, literally, man. Over and over and over again. But we're gonna have immortal bodies. And yes, we're gonna have a lot of children. Fruitful and multiply, the Lord made it to be, man. Right. Now if you have a child in this society, you curse. Because you under the curses, you impoverished, man. But you Israelites want to stay here, though. You want to stay in this madness, man. You want to go some gambling on Saturday today, and then you're okay with me going back to the hamster and slavery to the pits on Monday. We're tired of this wickedness, man. We're tired of this evil. We see it right clearly. You see it right through this imagination. Look at all this. This is all buildings. At night it's gonna look all flashy at night, but what is it? What really is it? It's deception. Because behind these little papers, these little glass walls, these little signs, it's just a light bulb. That's all it is. You take down these signs, and you look in the back, it's just light bulbs, man.
It's like Nero's
That's
Italian steakhouse.
Come on, man.
Right there. And that's crazy because it's the time of the persecution of the church. Because Nero, he was burning down Rome and blaming it on the Christians.
And that's spiritual. You pick this spot too. That's heavy. In front of Caesar. So we in front of Caesar in the spirit. We in front of Caesar. Go to the gate to the nobles. But in the spirit, we're chanting them.
The rainforest.
Yup. The wilderness. The
Wilderness. Yeah.
The animals.
Man, we standing in front of the water that brought us out. Yeah, the ocean right behind.
The waters.
Yeah, it's going on.
Right across is Caesar, over here is the waters. The good against evil, man. Hey, it's all spiritual. This thing is all spiritual, man. And every day we're getting more spiritual, more visible. That's why
The boardwalk.
the boardwalk.
Second Ezra 7, that walking that thin path of water and fire on the side. But the water on the side. Yeah.
So, book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 1. The word of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up the banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice of them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
And that's what we're doing, right? We're shaking their hands. We're coming out here and we're telling the enemy, look, you're going down, man. And we're telling our people at the same time to repent and get right. And the elect are waking up to the truth. That's why the devil knows he had but a short time, and he's going to move on this truth. He's actually going to send troops. He's going to send stormtroopers. He's going to send his military, his sword, his blessing, his sword. He's going to cock that shit back and shoot at us, man. Then the Most High going to cock it back and shoot at him, man, by way of spiritual power. So we're living in some theatrical. When you really read the scriptures, man, you see how the Most High is. He's very dramatic, man. He hardened Pharaoh's heart, the Magi's and sorcerers, to come against Moses and Aaron to get crushed, to magnify his name. The Lord's name gets magnified in what? In the midst of war. That's how his name gets magnified, man. So war has to come. This is spiritual warfare now, but it's going to end up transferring to the physical dimension, where they're actually going to try to put hands on the prophets, man. And then that's when the Lord's going to magnify his name by turning us mighty, because we're mighty in his name. And that's how the name of the Lord's going to get glorified, man. So this is a step thing, like ascending with Dragon Ball Z. Ascending, that we're ascending right now, little by little. You know, through that fire, that persecution that you go through. That's when you look at DBZ, there's an aura around it. There's fire around it. And in DBZ be having a halo, man, on top. That's the angels, man. So this devil knows, he knows about the supernatural power. He knows about spiritual power. He knows that when the elect men sigh and cry to the Lord sincerely, the Lord shows himself to his men and destroys our enemies. He knows that. These elites know that, man.
And in DBZ, they turn up at what? Right at their weakest moment. That's when they get the strongest.
And he's angry as hell.
Yep.
And they're full of rage and anger. That's why the scripture says, be angry and sin not. It's like King David. He had passion and anger on that field, man. Righteously, it's indignation, man. So we have righteous anger towards our enemy that's destroying our people, man. Right?
Psalms 105 and 15 saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm.
So we don't got to worry about that, man. The Lord's protecting us. The Lord going to shield us, man. Literally.
And that start wars. Just to back you up. When you touch the messenger, because a messenger is diplomatic. He's able to go on either side, like Leonidas in 300. He kicked the messenger down the hole, that's what actually started the war. So anytime you lay your hands on a messenger, it's over. So look, we the messengers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So when they come and lay their hands on the messenger, it's over, man. It's like it's no negotiating, because it's universal law. Like, yo, the messenger, he don't get fucked with. He's able to go into anybody's land and deliver messages and walk out. Even like with King David, when the Ammonite king had shaved off all their beards, King David went over there and jacked up Ammon. Why? Because you was fucking with the messenger. So just the same as this time around. When Esau comes and put his hands on the Lord's prophets, the messengers, it's going to be all-out warfare, man. Yeah.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37, Psalms like 34, verse 5. Let's start at 6. The poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angels of Yahweh encampeth around about them that fear him, and delivered them. Oh, taste and see that Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him.
Right, so it said the angel of the Lord encampeth in the poor man. Because who's the poor man? The prophets. Because the Lord chose from the poor of this world for what? Rich in faith. So that's what we want to cry out, and he's going to hear the cry of his saints, man. You know? Give me Isaiah 47.
Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. It reads, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right, because America is the virgin daughter of Babylon. Because all customs of ancient Babylon is here in America. It's just disguised under so-called Christian name. So the Lord said, come down and sit in the dust. Meaning what? Come down in a confused state. Because right now the elites is on a borrowed time. They don't know what's going on fully. You know, they don't know if they new world order coming to pass. So a lot of these devils is scrambling right now. So it said what? Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which makes America a virgin because it never been hit with a foreign weapon. You can't say 9/11 because that was an inside job. You can't say Pearl Harbor because that was an inside job. So a lot of times when people say America's going to get hit with a foreign weapon, you laugh because that never happened. You know? That's like you telling Mayweather, somebody going to knock you out one day. He going to laugh because what? That never happened. Out of all the fights he had, that never happened. To him, in his mind, that's impossible. That's why when we tell you Americans that America's going to be destroyed by a nuclear fire, you laugh. Because what? That never happened. So that's why it's called the virgin daughter of Babylon. You know?
O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
There it said America shall no longer be called tender and delicate. Because what? That's how you treat a lady, tender and delicate. But nobody cares about this place no more. You know? So nobody cares this place is going out. Not even your own American citizens care about this place. That's why a lot of Christmas, people was bellying up. Give me Isaiah 24:9. Probably started a little bit up, like 7. So a lot of these stores closing down. Sears, they closing down. Circuit City, they bellied up. Toys R Us, how Toys R Us gonna belly up?
That's the Sports Authority.
Sports Authority.
We got GameStop stuff.
GameStop. You know? So what? The Lord's showing you that the fun and games of this place is being taken away, man. It's being destroyed. All the fun and games here. You know? Read that, brother.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 7. It says, the new wine mourneth and the vine languisheth, and all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Yeah, because what? People that's in that laughter state is leaving that laughter state. You know, like people typically work a basic 9 to 5. Like a lot of you Edomites, you devils, and you other nations that got these higher up jobs. You might make $90,000 a year, $80,000 a year, but guess what? They got you on a salary. I meet a lot of devils on the job that I do, and they'll tell me that they work, 12, 14 hours a day. And when they get home, they gotta work from home. So you got these companies with Shalom. You got what these companies is doing. A lot of these companies is overworking. They hitting you with that 80,000, but it's not for 40 hours. They pulling like 70 hours out of you per week and making you work from home. So your $80,000 is really $40,000. You know what I'm saying? But these dumb people, they think they getting $80,000. Yeah, you getting 80,000, but the work they pulling out of your ass, you really getting 40,000. So really, y'all on nigga salary. You know what I'm saying? What they give Jake and Issachar. You know what I'm saying? Because these companies is not putting you on no basic 9 to 5.
Not to mention the travel time. A lot of those jobs you gotta
The
go to
commute.
big cities. Yeah.
Yeah, the commute time. The commute. You working 12 hours a day. Like in New York, they say the average New Yorker commute 90 minutes a day. You know what I'm saying? So you round that off to 2 hours a day, right? So on top of 2 times 5, that's an extra 10 hours. You're doing like 70 hours a week. That's 80 hours. And you gotta work. A lot of them companies got you working from home from your fucking computer, man. So you pulling like 90 hours, 100 hours a week on an $80,000 salary. When you really break that shit down, you really getting like $35,000. A third of that shit is getting taxed. So when you break it down, You putting in all that work, and you really for the amount, and don't break it down in an hourly wage with overtime. You probably commit suicide. And that's what these companies do, man. They hitting you with all this work, so the average person not satisfied. They don't have time for their relationship. They don't have time to exercise. They don't have time to see their kids. A lot of people paying these babysitters, so people is overwhelmed and stressed out. Look at this. This Atlantic City, but people down here not smiling. They're not having fun. Even you so-called white people, y'all stressed the hell out, man. Yeah. That's how you know America's done. Because look at these Edomite face, man. They not having fun down here. They just down here to walk, to make the time pass by. Because this is their heaven. Yeah, to say they did something on the weekend. They not having fun, man. They not having a good time.
If I may add, they started shutting Atlantic City down like a couple years back. Like all the Trump's casinos there, they damn near gone. Like used to have down there, used to be Trump Taj Mahal, that's just gone. So all the casinos that used to be around here is no longer here. You know? So you can see America's slowly declining. You know? Hey, you got that
24. Isaiah 24, verse 7 again. The new wine mourneth and the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Yeah, the merry-hearted is going to sigh, man. A lot of people not going to clubs like that because what? They don't have the money to do that. Then Trump, he about to cut what? 1.3 million people off of food stamps. You know, so now you gotta what? Make corners meet. Cause what? If you was getting $600 a month for food stamps, now you gotta go into your money to put food in the house. If food is going up, man, I went to put $100 worth of food. You know, it's like, look, I'm gonna spend $100 on something. And that shit was stiff as hell. I'm like, yeah, we got 100. You be with the calculator. You know, get that $2.99. You know, $3.14, $1.18. Where we at, baby? We at $93. God damn! Hold on, man. I ain't even hit the eggs up yet. You know,
We didn't even get the beef.
the beef and shit. You know. The cereal.
I didn't get no lamb.
Yeah. We ain't even, God damn, we ain't even hit the other aisle. So you like, damn, I gotta put some of this shit back or try to rationalize. So now you gotta cut corners. So now that the government not sending food money in or your hours getting cut at your job, right? You gotta figure out what's more important, your car insurance or your phone bill, your gym membership, or your cell phone bill, your internet bill, or your car insurance, your kids' daycare time. So now you got to cut corners. So now what? A lot of money, and that's why you see a lot of Israelite women with their hair out, because they don't got, a lot of sisters is rocking their afro down. You know why? Because they don't have time. They don't have, not just the time, they don't have the finances to keep doing their hair, to keep doing their nails. They had to cut that bill into something else. So people are going to be forced to prioritize.
At my barber said, because like now you know that shit becoming like an art. Well, it's like an art, whatever, to them. So, but now they're trying to make it to where you can't just get a haircut anymore. You got to get a facial. So I don't go to that dude no more. I don't fuck with him. But that was my barber for the last 14 years. But I'm like, I don't need no facial. He's like, yo, he's like, 2020, you're not doing this haircut for me. It's this facial, it's by appointment. $25 for a cut, $40 for a facial. $65 every time you sit in my seat. I'm like, yo, what's going? Like, that's not doing that. If I hit up a brother, I'm like, yo, cut my shit. We gonna go for the spirit.
And guess what? That's gonna trickle down to what? 7 women, because as this society collapsed, women gonna cleave unto men. And the transition of the kingdom. 7 women taking hold of 1 man, because what is going to be about survival. It's going to be like, look, if you dating 2 chicks, you might have to bring them 2 chicks together under one roof just so ends could be made. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be like, look, you need to get rid of your apartment and both of y'all need to come live with me, or you're going to have to give your car up, or you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to give up something. See, the Lord is putting a squeeze on this place, man. You know? And as people don't have these luxuries, these businesses, remember, Atlantic City is a luxury. This shit is not a necessity. The Lord raised Leviathan off of this bitch and scorched this shit, man. This is not a necessity, man. You know, this is just some place you go to have fun where you got extra money, but people not gonna have extra money. People not gonna have sneaker money. People not gonna have laundry money. Hey man, you got like 4 kids, going to the laundry is a motherfucker. That's a pair of Gore-Tex, man. That's a pair of Timberlands. You know?
Boardwalk just to walk it. They probably not even buying stuff.
Yeah, man, they ain't buying nothing, man. How many people you see out here with bags in their hand? They ain't buying nothing. They window shopping, man. Because what? America is finished, man. Right. America is finished. You know, how many people, they ain't got nothing in their hand, man. Look what E got in her hand, some old lunch, man. You know? People went, man, this place is done, man. Yo, you know? But hey, bring that, oh, you got a precept, brother?
I do got some.
Okay, bring that up.
And I just want to bring out what I'm about to read it, and why it's happening is because what these Edomites did to the Israelite people, you know what I'm saying? This is the book of Psalm, chapter 79, verse 1. Oh God, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. The holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven. The flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth. Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. We have become a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us.
Yeah, they call us bigots, they laughed at us, we was their entertainment. You know, so now what? The judgment is coming back on them, man. You know, give me Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, so now what? The curse is coming back. All you got to do is type in opium epidemic. You know, all you got to do is type in California wildfires and look in them areas that they hitting. So now what? The curse is coming back, man. You got a lot of Jacobs beating up Edomites, man. Beating down Edomites. So the Lord is reversing this thing, man. The Lord is reversing this thing.
They just had an instance where down in Atlanta, it was an Israelite cop, and there was an Edomite woman, and she ran at him with scissors. And he kept telling her, like, put down the scissors, put down the scissors. And she wouldn't put them down, so he banged her ass, he killed her. And it was a justifiable homicide, you know? And that usually that be Jake, you know, getting gunned down, you know? So like the scripture said, the tables are turning, man. You know?
I got two more verses out of this. Psalm 79 and 6. Now pour out, well, it said now, but pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name, for they have devoured Jacob and laid waste his dwelling place. Edomites, man. That's what these devils have done, man. They've consumed Jacob, man. And that's why they walk around and they're not too happy anymore, because their judgment is coming upon them. So you just had at a Popeyes some Jake, I think it was a northern tribe, slaying some Edomite on her face, man. Right on her, you seen it? Right on her face, man. You heard her face hit the ground. And that's what's that's just the tip of the iceberg, man.
Got the race wars. I definitely.
It says verse 8.
Hold on, 1 second.
12 and 22.
You get out, keep
So, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 22. Therefore, whereas thou hast chastened us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more.
Yeah, the Lord punished us, but He gonna get at our enemies 1,000 times more, man.
We should carefully think of thy we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy. Wherefore, whereas men,
This Exodus 23 and 22.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 22.
Right.
But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice,
Yeah, we obey the Most High voice, which we starting to do now. Coming back to him, read.
and do all that I speak,
And do all that the Lord speak. Read on.
then will I be an enemy unto thy enemies,
Yeah, and then will he be an enemy unto our enemies. And that's what's happening now, read.
and an adversary unto thine adversaries.
Right, and that's what we in transition of right now. Switch, the switching, you know, the switcheroo. Hey, Aaron Russo, which I strongly believe he was a J. I believe he looked heavy like that, but he said he made 2 movies, Coming to America and Trading Places. You know, and in Trading Places, Eddie Murphy, he was a bump. And the ones he gave the money, and Coming to America, they was bums, but they was rich. Yeah. So that's just showing you how we about to trade places with Esau. Because power is never lost, it's just transition. You know? Okay.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 8. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah, the kingdom is translated from what? One people unto another, man. Because what you got here? Nothing but corruption. Man, you buy a car from somebody, it's black, and if it rains, it's purple. Because what? Everything here is about fraud and fucking, man. You know, you can't even do a deal with somebody, you know, without worrying about getting jacked, without worrying about getting ripped off, man.
And that's all Esau's, his whole banking system. Everything is about, hey, coming down here to the casino. It's about getting ripped off. So as we were talking earlier, it's called gambling for a reason. Because at the end of the day, when you go here and play blackjack or, you know, craps or anything, the casino has an advantage. They have an edge. So you're not actually playing, all right, you know, I have a chance to, you know, you have they're giving you a slim chance to win.
Yeah,
but they
prisoners of hope.
Yeah, yep. But they give you the idea, like, oh, come down here, win, make money and shit, blah, blah, blah. But really, they got the percentage, the upper hand, man. And that's the same thing with Esau and everything in his basis. So that's why the scripture says you're not supposed to usurp interest. But Esau built his whole system off of what? Interest. That's why this is a debt-based system. You can't, especially our people, we set up you can't, our people, because you can't get out of debt, man. And Esau's shit is so bad that his whole country is in debt. And that's why that shit's going to collapse. You can't build up a profitable society off of a debt-based system. I got something else.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Sirach, 10 again. I'm starting at 1. It says, the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Verse 3. And
right, because Esau, he's a crook, he's a thief. Everything he do is fraud. So everything people do is what? Fraud. Esau go and lie on people and say it's weapons of mass destruction, blow shit up and claim an insurance fraud. What do people do? People will take their car, they'll burn it up and claim what? Insurance. They'll be like, oh, somebody stole my car. They'll be like, hey, brother, you give me the keys to my car. I'm going to report it stolen. You're going to burn this shit up. Then I'm going to claim the claim and get the money. So everything is about, or even like marriage. A lot of marriages in, you know, people put a fucking life insurance policy on of $250,000, you know, and your wife will get your ass whacked, man. So this whole system is about corruption, man. You can't do no deals. You can't do nothing, you know. You got Jake in the hood selling weed, but a nigga buying his weed with counterfeit money. You know what I'm saying? So everything around here is just baseless. It's just fraud, man. But this devil got the nerve to lock you up for fraud. His whole system is fraud. Everything is corrupt, man.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely get locked up for identity fraud. That's a felony.
Yeah, Esau's the biggest identity theft. Correct, man. This is the biggest identity thieves, man. It's calling themselves the Jews, the Israelites, the chosen, the saints. That's blasphemy.
Right. And that's how you know the devils is in power, because you can't joke them. When you check out comedians make jokes about every race except who? Amalek.
Yep.
You never hear comedians talk about blacks, whites, Chinese. They all joke on, because them racial jokes be some of the funniest. But you never hear a comedian talk about Amalek.
Unless he's Jewish himself. And that's rare.
You never hear say, those the little Jewish, you'll never hear them getting, that's how you know who's in power, because you can't joke on the person in power.
Like Mike Epps and them, they made jokes about us, but they, like you said, they never turn around and make jokes on them. This is black, they can do that shit. They won't get no money.
And you can't even, on YouTube, you can't even title certain things with the word Jewish in it. Right. If you say anything, what is that? Anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism could shut down. Your shit get blocked. Your shit get you get 5 different strikes. Like, yo, what?
They don't even say nothing. They blocked the channel. They didn't even send nothing in the email. They said, man, fuck y'all, motherfuckers.
That's it, man. So they'll fucking fuck up the live stream if they could, man.
Yeah.
You say something against them, man.
Verse 4, it says, Salah 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Yeah, that's my scripture right there, man. And guess what? And in due time it's coming down. Who's the profitable one? Yahweh Shem Yahushua under the elect, the government body. You got that, Isaiah? Yeah.
Isaiah 24, verse 8. The mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth ended, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink.
Yeah, and what does a harp use for? Because David played the harp to take that demonic spirit off of Saul. So, you know, music brings what? Happiness. So the Lord's saying what? All of that is ceasing. Even these clubs is what? Shutting down, man. All these clubs is shutting down. I remember clubs used to stay open like 4 or 5 in the morning. Now clubs is closing like 12 noon, man. Why? Because it's not no money. Why it's not no money? A lot of people make money in the clubs off of the drinks. But people are coming to the clubs drunk already. Yeah. Man, people, I know I do that shit. Now, I don't go clubbing, but I might go to a bar or a lounge. But, yo, I hit a pint before I get in there. So when I'm in there, I'm on, and they're forcing on you 1 drink minimum. You know, I'll babysit that shit, but I'll be already twisted off of $10. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going there paying $5 for some little ass watered down Henny. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to the L, get liquored up, then I'll go in there. And that's causing them to lose money. Even in the club, right? Remember when people used to dance? People don't even dance no more. It's all about what? Popping bottles. It was the dude who could dance that get all the bitches. You know, you up in there pop locking and shit. You know, the battling, but you know, you up there, but and you get all the bitches. You know what I'm saying? But now it's the dude, everybody on the wall like that. Yeah, taking selfies on the wall.
And it's crazy too, because
and the dude who popping the bottles get all the bitches.
When you see it, yo, it's crazy, because when you see it, you'll see the dude, like, he'll just be chilling, or the girl be chilling, and right with the camera, like, she'll do the selfie, and they act mad hype and shit. And when the shit go off, you go back. And they do that shit just so they can make it seem like they having fun.
The Matrix, yeah, the Matrix, but really shit is dead, man. Shit is dead. Remember, people are lazy. Remember, people used to be breakdancing. People used to be pop locking, battling each other, pop locking. You know what I mean? Sweating their ass off. House parties. Eve giving you lap dances. What, man?
Don't be whining.
Oh, time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Yeah, then you had the what? The electric slide. Watch out for all the big girls. And the big bitch come down. We had fun.
Yeah, we had fun.
You know what I'm saying? But now this shit is dead, man. It's
Dancing,
dead.
weird now.
Huh?
It's like we see people dancing in the club. Those are the people that look that weird now. Like, dancing?
Yeah, you dancing. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You know?
It says verse 9. They shall not drink wine with song.
Right, because what a wine, music and song is what? Equals a club, a bar, a lounge. So a party. So the Lord said, I'm going to put an end to that whole party spirit, man. They shall not drink wine with a song. You know? Read on.
Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down.
Yeah, and that's what Babylon, that's America, man. The city of confusion is broken down, you know? And look at these buildings. They're corroded, man. It look like that on the inside, but a lot of these buildings is old as hell, man. The infrastructure and all that shit is, but you know, this place is just a facade, man. They do the outside painting, but a lot of these buildings is corroded and rotten, man. On the inside, man.
It's scripture. That's what the Lord said about the wicked Pharisees.
get out of here.
You know what? The way they building these houses now, they throw them up real quick. And it's like my job for one. They getting a whole new remodel. She said she dropped $100,000 on the floor. But when you look at the materials, it's bullshit. I'm just looking at it like, God damn, we did all this for what? You know? So pretty much like the elder said, man, this place is going down. You know?
It says verse 11, verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a cry for wine in the streets.
But now that wine isn't literal wine, that wine is the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because once everything collapsed, people going to want answers. It's something called closure. Like when a woman's daughter been missing for 15 years, they'll finally catch the serial killer, and they'll say, look, just tell her where you buried the body so the family could get closure. You know what I'm saying? Because and when a mother finally get the body, it might be bones or whatever, she get the body and bury it and have a funeral, she's at peace now. Because she got closure and actually found the daughter and actually found out what happened. She probably had hella dreams of what happened. But to actually find her and actually give her a funeral and bury her, that's closure. When people don't got closure and when people don't got answers, they go bananas, man. That's why the Lord said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. So people gonna want that wine. When this shit collapse, they gonna wanna know what's going on, what's gonna happen next, and what can I do to not get caught up in this shit.
It's like an explosion. You can have a controlled explosion, and like they tell you, like this building is going to explode on this day, and that night nobody will bug out because they know it's going to explode. But if it happens, there's some random shit, and it's the same type of explosion, everybody's going to be chaotic because they won't have any other wisdom to know, like, all right, this is why this is exploding. That's the closure that this truth gives us. We want to know when everything's chaotic. The men of the Lord are going to be, in a calm spirit because we already got the closure through the prophecies. It was already told to us before that everything's going to be chaotic. So we already know what's going to happen before it happens. And everybody else, they're going to be chaotic, and that's where the fear really kicks in. The fear kicks in when you don't know what's going on. You have no answers for what's going on. You're helpless. And you don't know who to go to for answers. And that's when Esau gonna come through with that chip. It's like, yo, come down to the FEMA camp, I got you. And that's where they gonna trust in the shadow of Egypt, and they gonna be running down there, and they ain't gonna come out, man. The only way you coming out is if you take that chip, man. And that's what we got a lot of our people, they gonna run right down to the going down to Egypt for help. Because Esau is going to present himself, order out of chaos. He's going to give you the chaos, and he's going to present the order. That order is going to be the worshiping of the beast, man.
Right.
It says verse 11. There is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened.
All the joy is darkened, man. You know, the video game playing, the clubs, the partying, all these little centers, Atlantic City, Sin City, Times Square, all Miami, South Beach, all that shit is going to be darkened, man.
You know, in Miami, King of Diamonds, I believe, that shit closed down.
Damn.
Years ago,
King
too.
of Diamonds. That was last year.
Last year?
Yeah. But I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, King of Diamonds closed down.
That's where all the celebrities go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. It said what? All the joy is darkened, man. And it's happening now because this is Atlantic City, a Saturday evening. You'd think people would be drunk having a ball. Even if people riding through on this. They just doing something to pass time, man.
Hey, you know what happened? I think the brother mentioned it a couple years ago. Atlantic City was losing a lot of money. So what they started doing was they started trying to rebrand it. So that's why you see a lot of new name hotels that haven't been here for a while, because those hotels, basically, they weren't making money because it takes money to build these hotels. So after a couple of years, they're thinking, like, they got their projections like, all right, in 3 years we should already have the money that we spent to make this hotel and start making profit and start making a profit. But these hotels wasn't making that profit. So what they were doing, they were finding investors to buy the hotel, and they would sell that shit to them. So they would take a still hit, but it wouldn't be that big of a hit. So then those investors, they would come and they would rebrand or rename the hotel. And that's why now you got Hard Rock Hotel here. There was never a Hard Rock Hotel. That shit used to be Caesar, not Caesar's, Trump Towers. No, Taj Mahal. It used to be Taj Mahal years ago. And I used to come back here. But that shit been changed. Yeah, that name's been changed like 3 or 4 times already. Because what? The joy's been darker. They're not getting profitable. People are not spending money. So they're losing it.
Even with Bally's, right, with the blackjack table, the minimum you could play was $10 hands. But what Bally's did was to bring more people. They'll let you split 2 hands with $10. It's called a split. They'll let you not split in two, not like splitting 2 aces, but what they'll give you 2 hands off of 10. They'll give you 2 sets of hands off of $10.
Double your chances.
So you could double your chances of winning. Why? Because they losing fucking money. Which the scripture said, victuals shall wax cheap. Like they got the 10 nuggets for $1. They got the Burger King 3 for $6.
Right. Macy's always on all these sales.
All of these sales, because that's a sign that what this place is bellying up, man. Give me Psalm 25. That's gonna be my last scripture. I'm gonna pass it.
It's the book of Baruch.
Unless y'all brothers got it. Oh, go ahead. Oh, you said you
I'll get it to me.
okay.
You want Baruch first or want that?
Let me bring it.
Just real quick. That's back up the point the brother was talking about when people going to look up for answers and can't have none, or don't have none. Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
Right, the wise shall understand, because we know this is the time that the Lord foretold of, and now what? We got a chance to brace ourselves. That's like a car accident. You don't see coming. Hey, the punch, like fighting, the punch that knocked you out is the one you don't see coming. Because you ain't got a chance to brace yourself. You know, that's why when you sneak a lot of people, it's a lot of chance that you knock them out or put them down. Because it's not that you hit hard, it's just the point that you caught them off guard and you didn't see it coming. That's what the Lord will come like a thief in the night and wipe this place out in 1 hour with that one hit of quitter, man. You know, get a lesson on that?
Yeah.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is to come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy has persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
Yeah, see? Now, shortly we're going to see these, and we're seeing it now.
Right.
And when we in the chariots, Lord willing, we the men, we're going to be able to look down from the chambers of the chariots and see the destruction. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, man. You know? Read on.
It says, and shall tread upon his neck.
Yeah, this sign right here. We shall tread upon their neck, man. Read.
My delicate ones have gone rough ways.
Yeah, because we're supposed to repent and just keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We went to get the kingdom the long way, the hard way, but which was all what? Prophecy. You know, read.
And were taken away as flock caught of the enemies. Be of good cheer, so like be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High.
Right, you want to cry unto the Most High, man. You want to cry unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. But people are crying unto what? Kanye West. People are crying to Caesar Borgia. People are crying unto Allah. People are crying, begging their bosses, their jobs. But they not, hey, that lady in Katrina, she cried to George Bush. You know? They gave him a hug and asked him, where you been? You know, you're supposed to cry. You're supposed to cry unto the Lord. That's how you know people don't believe in the Lord. They don't trust in the Lord, man. They don't talk to the Lord. They don't pray to the Lord. Wow. They don't pray over their food. You can just tell in their everyday life schedule. These people, the scripture said, the wicked, the Lord is not in none of his thoughts. Now, ultimately, that's Esau, but that's 2/3 of our own people. The average nigga don't wake up thinking about the Most High. You know? Give me Proverbs 4:19, 4:18. Yeah, the average person, they don't think about the Lord. When they commit adultery, they don't think about the Lord. When they got a plate of food in front of them, they don't think about the Lord. Only time they think about the Lord is when they feel as though their life is threatened. And they about to die, man. But the average person, you Edomites, you Israelites, everybody, man, except the Lord elect. Man, y'all don't think about the Lord, man.
You know what they think about first thing in the morning? Rise and grind. Time to get this back. Because that's their God. That's what they're seeking early. So that's what their mindset is on, man. Their treasures are on this earth. Where the Lord said, where your heart is, there shall your treasures be also. Right. So that's their God right there. And that's why the Lord wants to drop this economy. That's the economy dropping is the Lord destroying the main God of this whole world, which is money. That's right, bro. We can't serve two masters.
Proverbs? Yeah, give me that. 4:18.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. Right. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day.
Verse 19.
Proverbs chapter 4, verse 19. The way of the wicked is as darkness.
The way of the wicked is as darkness. Read on.
They know not at what they stumble.
Yeah, they don't know what they stumble at. Because, you know, Jake living in the world, they don't know when they stumble. Jake busting their head wide open like, yo, you ain't just see you hit your head on that damn light pole? Nah, what you talking about? They committed adultery, they smoking weed, they gangbang, and they say, what's wrong with that? They really say, hey, I'm praising Allah 5 times a day. What's wrong with that? You know, hey, I committed adultery. What's wrong with that? She wanted to have sex with me, so what? What's wrong with that? I'm gangbanging. I'm selling drugs. What's wrong with that? They don't know what they stumble at. You know what I'm saying? But us in the truth, we know what we stumble at. Get that? A wise, a prudent man, a man of understanding knows what he's slipping.
Okay, yeah. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 21, verse 7. An eloquent man is known far and near, right, but a man of understanding knoweth when he's slipping.
Right, so us is true because you examine yourself. You be like, damn, I'm fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I shouldn't do that. Damn, I need to tighten up. Damn, I need to do this. You could see yourself in the mirror through that spiritual mirror and you understand when you slip. But the wicked, including 2/3 of our own people, they don't understand when they slip. In their mind, there's nothing wrong to what they're doing. Yeah, in their mind, it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong to what they're doing, man. You know?
I got nothing. More than that, or
no, that's it. Get the finish. Oh, you got something?
Yeah. It says Sirach 27 verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Right. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, with our people, because what the Yahushua said, what? Without me, you can do nothing, man. You know. So finish up that Isaiah. I'm gonna pass let you grab it.
It's the book of Isaiah.
Not Isaiah, the Baruch. You know. So what? We living in the last times, and what? It's either what? Repent or die. You know. Get right or get left. You know. But all the destruction and all the signs is happening around you. You know.
It says the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 20, verse 27. Be of good cheer, Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High.
Right, and cry unto the Most High. Read on.
For ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you.
Yeah, so, because they said what? The Israelites was done away with. The Lord's not dealing with us no more, but the scripture said what? You shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. And who was the ones that brought these things upon us? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah for sinning. So the Lord hasn't done away with Israel. It's still water, it's still waves in the ocean. You know, we could walk 50 yards from there and show you it's still waves in the ocean, you know. So it said what? You shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. Read on.
It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High,
Right.
so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Right, read on.
For he that has brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation.
Right, so he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. And that's the times we living in now for amongst his elect. Read on.
Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee.
He that gave you that name will comfort you. Hey, brother, where you from? What's your nationality? I see you looking at
from Peru.
Huh?
I'm from Peru.
Where your father from?
Here.
From here? But what is he? What's his ethnicity?
Oh, like Irish.
Huh?
It's Irish.
Irish, so you could possibly be one of our people because the Irish goes back, a lot of the Irish and the Sicilians, a lot of them go back to Israel because our people ruled Europe for 1,000 years. So we out here to wake up our people that they God's chosen people, you know, and that want to repent because what? The judgment is coming. So as you look at the signs and the different prophecies, we living in the last days. Do you believe that? Yeah, because everything around here is bellying up. Things are closing down. You know, even jobs. A lot of people lose their hours or even getting laid off. And really, what's keeping this society running is like things like Uber and Lyft. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Uber and Lyft and all these app-based jobs is really what keeping this place held up. You know, you got lawyers working Uber, you got doctors working Lyft. You know what I'm saying? That's because what? This place is done, you know?
It's Ecclesiastes 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low.
So what? That's the alarm clock. Even in the movie Idlewild, that bird that came out, and then it wake you up, that's your alarm clock. Even when a rooster crow in the morning, that's what how you wake up and how you get up. So your alarm clock going to be insignificant in that day, you know? Because what? It's not going to be no work. It's not going to be no job. And like I said, there's no jobs now. Only thing that's keeping this place afloat is the app-based job. Uber Eats, Lyft, DoorDash, Grubhub. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got doctors and lawyers that's working that shit. How you got a doctor working, Shalom, how you got a doctor working Grubhub? You a fucking doctor. You a lawyer doing Uber.
But then what you have to remember though, all those jobs involve people having to consume it. So people don't have no work, where people Ubering to? People don't have money to party, so where you Ubering to? All you're gonna be doing is Ubering. The most you do is Ubering back and forth to work, but that costs bread, man. That's why Uber, I used to take Uber and Lyft just send me something. They always they sending you stuff with more and more deals, like get 10% off for your next such and such amount of rides, because nobody's using it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because everything costs money. Now, soon enough, people just gonna be at their house.
You gotta use it in the bigger cities.
Yeah.
Like if you're not like in New York, LA, Chicago, that shit is not really productive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing it in like the people is like, nah, hell no. You know, I'd rather catch the bus, train, or walk or ride the bike. But in places like New York where it's like super congested, you can't get around, you might can make something happen. But other than that, things is bellying up. You got people working like 5 or 6 different app jobs. You like, you know, I met people, I'm like, which one you do? I do all of them. Whoever give me a beam first. You just got your phone with all of them shit open. Like,
notifications.
I'm doing fucking Amazon. I'm dropping off packages, food. I'm picking up people. Whoever give me whatever.
And I'm cutting hair.
I'm cutting hair.
Cut grass.
I'm cutting grass. You
Shovel
know,
snow.
all that shit. I got the fucking Airbnb going.
I got it all.
Yo, you might got 3 phones with them shit just looking at them. You know, like, who gonna send me something? You know?
Everybody consume.
Yeah, you gotta work all of them shits. You know? But finish that up, huh?
Baruch, right?
Yeah, Baruch.
It's Book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 32. So like 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee.
Yeah, who gave you the name Israel? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's going to comfort you with these words for the foremost part. You know, not no black dude named Jermaine Grant. No black gorilla, the black gorilla eating Jermaine Grant. You know, he's not going to comfort you, man. And the Lord judged that dude, and that's part of his judgment, you know. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua comfort him. Read on.
Verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee.
Yeah, miserable are they that afflicted thee. Now, who afflicted us? The Edomites, man, these other nations. So now the judgment is coming back on us. Read on.
And rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Yeah, see, all these cities that, who built up? Jake. That Jake built up and that Jake keep running. These cities gonna be miserable, man. Because what? Israel keep these places going, man. Israel is the one who do the garbage truck job? Israel. Who do the sanitation jobs? Israel. Who do the cook jobs in the back? Israel. Who drive these buses? Israel.
Actually, it's actually was a study or basically statistics show that the people who are in the people that do the most service jobs are minorities. So service-based jobs, whether it be like servers, whether it be like teachers, that's a service-based job. You know, like how you said, sanitary work, anything like that. The most people do
Even
that.
Uber and Lyft, that's a chauffeur.
Yep.
Yeah. Because Esau got too much pride to work those jobs.
Warehouses like FedEx, stacking out the trucks. Those are all Israelites over there, man.
Those jobs, they can be backbreaking.
Yeah.
Not
And you working the night owl shift, 11 p.m. to 4 or 5. Great hours. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all Jake.
But guess what? As these devils losing their high-end up jobs, Jake still got a job. A lot of Jake still got them bullshit jobs, but a lot of them high-up jobs is shutting down. And if you do got one of them high-end jobs, you getting ripped off. Because very few people work a 9 to 5. I come in at 9 and I leave at 5 and I still get my 100K. Company's not coming like that no more. They're like, nigga, if I'm about to give you 100K, your ass is mine. Meaning you gonna come in here at 9 o'clock.
Now you gotta sign up before you get that.
I'm gonna work your ass. Ain't no time off. When I send you home, I send you home. Then when I send you home, you gotta work from the computer. You gotta answer the emails and yeah, a lot of people work from home after they get off of work.
My boss, he works from home. My boss works from home before he gets to work. He log on in the morning before he leaves the job, before he leaves to come to work. And then when he gets to work, he works, and then he leaves after we leave. So he started working. He starts work at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
You gotta remember too, when people get paid salaries, they're not paid on the hours they're in the building. So like when they get paid, they just get paid for the day. So they could be because I work with people that get salary and commission. So you know commission's even worse because you actually have to grind to make that money, that bonus money. So you could be in a building for like 70 hours in like one day, but you're only getting paid for just that day. you don't get overtime if you got salary. That's the catch.
Yeah.
So you get taxed like a motherfucker with all that money, man.
Yeah, a third of that shit get taxed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you getting $100,000, $80,000 a year, but you working double the time. That's $40,000. You actually bringing home a third of that shit getting taxed. That's why people so stressed out.
A third of it goes to
That's why you gotta work
rent.
Uber and Lyft. You a fucking lawyer, but you working Uber. What sense do that make? Think about that.
Niggas ain't doing crimes no more. They can't pay that. They can't pay that retainer.
That's crazy, man. You know? But that's it on there?
A little more. It says, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
Right?
For as she rejoiced at thy ruins and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved at her own desolation.
Right, see? As she was happy at our downfall, she's going to be happy at our own destruction.
She's going to be grieved at her own destruction.
Yeah, as she shall be grieved at. And what? This devil was greatly happy when we fell. So that happiness going to turn into mourning when they fall. You know?
It says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
Yeah, and that's America, man. That all that pride she got is about to be turned into mourning, man. And it's happening now.
For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting.
Right, that's the nuclear missile, man. So it said what? Fire shall come upon her from the Most High, the everlasting. You know,
Long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
yeah, because once America destroyed them desert type creatures, is going to inhabit this place, man.
Say, O Jerusalem, look upon thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High.
Right, which is what the champions, man. You know, the Lord coming from the east, and the nukes coming from the east. You know.
Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One.
Yeah, and guess where we came from? Brothers came from New York. Brothers came from Jersey, northern New Jersey, central New Jersey. All to come down here. Brother already live in this area. We came from all directions gathered by what? Just this camp alone. We came from all directions to be gathered by the word of the Lord. And that's not counting the people that's on the computer, on the YouTube listen. You got people all from all over the world. They're not actually here physically, but they're here through the spirit and through the computer. And they from all over. They gather all over to what? To hear this word, man. You know, brothers drove 150 miles down here to what? To drop the word, to link up, to be gathered together. So that's prophecy, man. They gathered from the north, the east, and the west, gathered by the word of the Holy One, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Says, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High.
That's it. All right, you go.
Yeah. 2nd Ezra 16:1. Yeah, man, because we in the time of the prophecies of the Lord is speaking, man. When you pay attention, you see what's going on throughout the world, man. It's evident that we in the last days, man. It's evident that what the Lord is doing is bringing forth his word, because we're about to get up out of here, man. The Lord ain't forget. You know, he's not slack concerning his promise. You can hold that too in 2 Peter. He's not slack concerning 15:1. 2nd Ezra. He's not slack concerning his promise. So the Lord has all these things happen, and it's our duty to watch them and then bring it out, man. Because that's what he set us up as, watchers. So you got all these uproars of the people throughout the world. You know, Bolivia, you got it happening in Chile, you know, in Spain, Venezuela, Haiti, Lebanon, Iraq, Baghdad, China, Hong Kong, Europe, France, the Yellow Jackets.
Oh yeah.
You know, you got it here, but it's not as high. But you did have something happening over there in New York. They was protesting in Brooklyn. You know, over the two young Jakes that was getting beat up by the cops. They were teenagers. You know, so the Lord is raising up the tensions because that's prophecy, man. All right, and the Lord said His word does not go out void. Get that?
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Hey, and that's why the Lord has commissioned us to come out here. You know, the Lord told us to go out on the highways and byways, man. That's a part of the mission. You know, this is not something that we decided to do on our own. We were stirred up in the spirit. When you read about the prophets of old, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Nehemiah, they all were stirred up by the Spirit of the Lord to speak this word. And even Amos said, what? I wasn't a son of a prophet. You know, I was a picker of sycamore fruit. But the Spirit of the Lord, the word of the Lord came upon me. And he had to speak, man. So that's what we're doing as well. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we can't help but to speak this word, man. You know, even sometimes we might get vexed and don't want to speak, but we still are commissioned or you know, we feel that need to speak this word because it's not of us, man. And the Lord has to have his word go out. He's not going to come out from the heavens. You're not going to have to see his face of the Lord going to come out and he's going to start prophesying. No, he puts it in his mouths of his prophets, man. That's why he said, run that back again.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
The words of prophecy. That's the times that we're in, man. You know? Yeah, we go into history, we can go into the laws, you know, we can go into you know, debating back and forth, which Esau loves to do. But we're here to speak about prophecy, man. We're here to speak about the things that the Lord said is going to come to pass. We're here to speak about World War III, okay? The Armageddon. You want to talk about, oh, how you know you're an Israelite with archaeological proof? Look, man, we know we're the Israelites because we're doing what the Lord said that the Israelites, the prophets in the last days, going to be doing, man. The Lord said what? That the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. These other people out here ain't speaking about prophecy, man. They're not speaking about the tensions that's rising in the Middle East. Why is that happening? Okay? Why is nations threatening to nuke America, man? Why is Iran always in the news? Why is Russia always in the news? Okay? Why is that happening? Because the Lord said, get that? Where it says the Lord dealeth in the kingdoms of men. I believe it's Daniel 4:17. You know, because the Lord is the ones who deals in the kingdoms of men. This ain't just, oh, Donald Trump is doing this and Putin's doing that. The Lord got spirits on these individuals. Even though they're heathens, the Lord still, he's in control of all that, man. So he got spirits, angels sent on these heathens, on these leaders of these other nations to do this, man, to have this conflict be risen up, man, for the controversy of who? Israel's sake.
Yeah, I got it, yep. Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. The matter is by the decree of the watchers, and a demand by the word of the holy ones.
That's right.
To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he will give it to whomsoever he will set up over it the basis of men.
Hey, it says to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdoms of men. So all this is happening to the intent, all this war, the destruction, the America being bombarded with missiles and the fire coming from Yahweh Shai, okay, being that lake of fire, all these people getting burnt up, is going to be to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdoms of men. Because when it's all said and done, everybody's going to give praise and reverence to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It ain't going to be no other gods on the earth that people are thinking about. It ain't going to be no other, oh, you know, we got to pray to this God, pray to that. No. When it's all said and done, everybody's going to know and respect and fear the name of the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Right. And that's what we're coming out here to prophesy to say. All right? Go back to Second Ezra, unless you got something else.
I'll go back to Second Ezra real quick. Second Ezra chapter 15, reading on in verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's right. They are faithful and true. And whether you hear or forbear it, we're still going to speak it, man. Because the Lord he put the faith. The scripture says that faith was in the womb of the prophets from the beginning, man. They was basically born with that faith. So we believe on these words, man. That's why we out here teaching. The scripture says, I believe, therefore have I spoken, and I was greatly afflicted. So yeah, we believe on these words and we get afflicted for these words, but that also means that we're blessed because we come out here and get afflicted for the namesake of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And we believe that these words are true. And the Lord is showing it. Every day, every morning, you know, something happens. You know, something happens that goes according to the prophecies of the Lord, man. Whether it be something minor or whether it be something major. The Lord is always working, man. Judgment's always going out.
No matter ignorant, small matter or large matter.
God. And really, it's nothing. If it's towards prophecy, it's really nothing small, man. There's no such thing as a small prophecy because it's all working towards a greater cause. You know. Go ahead.
2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Yeah, man. So that's we don't come out here. You get looks. You get people thinking, oh, y'all dressed up in funny dresses and y'all this and that. That don't bother us, man. Your imaginations don't. When y'all think about us or your unbelief doesn't affect us, man. Because what it says in Romans the 3rd chapter, does the faith? What if some would not believe? Does that make the faith of the Most High without effect? All right. So if you don't believe what we're saying, that doesn't just because you don't believe it doesn't mean the Lord is not going to fulfill His word. Right. Actually, you not believing it is a fulfillment of His word, man. So you can't do nothing against the truth, only for the truth.
Hey, Sirach 34:1, it says the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false. So if you don't have the understanding of the Most High, why should we care what your rabbit peon ass mind got to say anyway? You know, why would I care what a worldly person got to say? I care what a brother got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because they in the mind frame of the scriptures. Yep. Somebody in the mind frame of this world, you don't want to get a judgment from them.
Hey, they're on the low level. And that's why Yahweh Shai said that also, you are of this world, you are from beneath, I'm from above. So it's like that saying in the world, a lion doesn't consort or care about the opinions of a sheep. You know? Meaning what? Somebody that's lower than you, you're not supposed to care about what they think, man. You know? Because you're a lion. If you care about, that sheep looking at the lion, man, I don't like your mane. I don't like how your teeth, you know, I don't like sheep. A lion ain't caring about that, man. He looking at you like you food. You know? So that's what it said. The righteous are bold as lions, man. That's why we come out here. And ultimately, because through the Spirit of the Lord, is to do His word, is to do His bidding. So we can get that reward. That's what. Oh, that's right. You got it. You know? Hey, the Lord is, like I said, man, the Lord, every day, man, it's being revealed that this is the truth. Every day it's being revealed that the Lord, something is happening on this earth to where this thing is about to be over. This ways of this society is about to be a wrap, man. It's not going towards something that's going to be, oh, you know what, this could last longer. It's going towards like, all right, where we see this thing ending. And if you think this thing is ending and Esau's going to come out with something different, well, that's his vain opinion. He thinks that, all right, well, this is going to collapse, but I'm going to come up with a new world system, a new world order, and I'm just going to keep on thriving. No, man. Scripture says that what? Esau is the end of this world. You don't get two kingdoms back to back. You had Rome and Greece. Yeah, you had Rome and Greece, and then you got Rome all over again, but that's it, man. What you going to have after that? There ain't no Rome, there ain't no Greece reloaded.
Rome 5.0.
Yeah, Rome resurrected. Rome already resurrected.
Roman B.0. Roman C.
That's it, man.
It's the last bit of Rome you're going to see.
That's it. That's why you got Caesar, Nero. You know what I mean? You ain't going to have another America, and then you're going to have Joe Washington's, no, man, this is it. Our time is coming, man.
They didn't have Babylon AD, that movie with Vin Diesel.
Oh, yeah.
This is basically, because Babylon was BC, but now this is basically the AD Babylon.
Yep. And that's why in the scriptures we call it what? The daughter of Babylon, or the mystery Babylon, Babylon the Great.
Yeah, because we're in the scripture that it say after the battle, because if the devil knows he got a short time, that means he ain't got no more time after that.
Yeah. There is no other time after this foolishness. And it's evident, you can see it, man. You devils are you're weary with ruling. Y'all not your regular Edomites out here. Y'all not even in the rulership state of mind, man. Y'all over here struggling to Jake ain't submissive to you Edomites anymore, man. You know? Got it?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Most High forbid."
Most High forbid. Meaning that the prophecies is not going to not come to pass just because the majority of the world don't believe it, man. You know? And in fact, it's going to even make it even more wondrous, man. It's going to make it even more amazing when it do come to pass. Because the Lord loves a shock value. Why do you think he destroyed Egypt the way he did? That was a shock value, man. He could have easily just sent the death angel the first time, and that would have been it. But nah, he let that thing play out where he broke it down piece by piece, man. And that's what the Lord's doing to this Egypt. Instead of the plagues of the darkness and the frogs, the Lord's breaking down what? The retail system, you know, the consumerism. He's breaking down the food, okay? You know, your food quality is broken down. He's breaking down people's morale, all right? People are not as patriotic anymore. All that is the plagues that the Lord is using to bring down America, man.
Everything that was dope about it.
Everything that was dope, yeah, the music, the partying, okay, the folly, it's all being broken down piece by piece. You gonna have the economic system. That's all a facade anyway. That shit just, they propping that shit up, man. That's not standing up on its own. They propping it up.
Even folly is too expensive.
Yeah. Yep. You know, your relationships. People are not staying in relationships, you know, for long periods of time. Everything that you would think of when you think of the American dream, that shit's gone, man. People don't even. They said that people are not even buying houses anymore. You got people that make $100,000 a year. They said that they're more geared towards renting, man. And buying houses, mortgages, retail is the #1 way of the economy being boosted. But when you go down these streets in a lot of the suburban areas, we see for sale, for sale, for sale. Everything's for sale, man. But people are not buying houses, and people are not going to college, and that's another way. You know, people are trying to find different means or to go to college, whatever, because that shit becoming too expensive. So that's why you got right now in the political realm, they talking about, if I become president, I'm gonna wipe away all your college debt.
Yeah.
Everybody's in debt, man, which is all about what? The prophecies, laden with thick clay. Like I said before, you can't have a successful economy or a successful government when everybody's in debt, man. Who's gonna buy? If you owe somebody, how you gonna buy something when you owe somebody? Go ahead. You got something else? Yeah, go ahead.
What you said about how they think it's not going to be another America and all that. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They called their land after their own names.
Yeah, and that's these devils right here, man. That's their inward thought, man. They think that, you know what? That's why it says in Obadiah, the 1st chapter, the pride of your heart has deceived you. Because they know, if they really sat down and weighed everything and thought, like, you know what, this shit, it's over for us. You know, we know the prophecies. We know that we're the Edomites. Because they know they're the Edomites. They know who they are. But their pride is deceiving them, man. Hey, yo, pride is a great deception. It's a hell of a drug, man. You could be a frail ass dude and that don't work out, that don't take care of himself, but if you got mad pride, you'll go try to fight somebody that you can see can knock you out, and you'll set yourself up for a massive failure.
Look at Donald Trump.
Yeah,
That's a powerful bastard.
and he's just a low-level prideful Edomite. These devils are the real prideful Edomites, man. They call themselves lords. They don't say, "Oh, I'm Mr. David Rothschild." They say, "No, I'm Lord David Rothschild, Lord Jacob Rothschild." They're calling themselves masters, man. Okay? But they're the basis of men.
It sounds up as God.
Exactly. And they think that their system, their ways of life, which doesn't lead to life, it's not life at all, that leads to death. They think that that's going to continue forever, man. But the Lord said what? Nah, I got something for you. My kingdom is going to be the kingdom that's going to last forever. He never said that you Edomites is going to have an everlasting kingdom, man. He says that the saints through his son, Yahweh Shai, is going to have the everlasting dominion. You got something to say? You know? And people buying into these people, and that's the crazy thing, these people have bought into their mentality. That's why people don't think America can be destroyed. They don't think that, oh, this system can go down. Right. Every system that's going down. And this thing has been modeled after the system of Rome. And they teach history lessons on how Rome went down. You got history lessons on how Rome went down. You got a History Channel, okay? They go into detail of why Rome went down. And here you go, you look at America, it's mimicked the same exact way. So how you think it's gonna last, man? That's what they call an insane person. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Right. That's what Esau has done, man. Right. You do the same thing over and over, thinking you're gonna get a different result, man.
Right. Yeah, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 16. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisons?
There you go, man. Is this the man? Because when it's all said and done, you devils are going to be revealed, man. And you're being revealed right now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But when the Lord comes back and everything is all cleared out, when the dust clears, everybody's going to bow their head down to Yahushai and the Israelites. But everybody's head is going to be down looking at Esau because he's going to be at the bottom. So these other nations, they're going to be having their head bowed down, but Esau, they're going to be bowing, seeing Esau all the way at the bottom, like, this is the nigga, this is the man that everybody tremble, because you're going to be at the base where you belong at, man.
Then you see how frail Jacob Rothschild looked. You know what I'm saying? This is a man doing the kingdom looking like this skinny motherfucker, man. Yo, he had the whole world scared, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we gonna look at Esau, man. Yep. You know?
It's the depiction of Edward Burns in The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, it's Jacob Osborne.
Smithers. Yeah. And everybody's scared of that.
Mr. Burns, yeah. That's him. Yep.
But you know what? But the thing about it is, it's like, if I may, they're not scared of him, but it's just that he has the power. That's what I always talk about, his power. He has the power. Like, nobody's scared of him. Like, cause if people were scared of him, he would walk down the streets with nothing, just comfortably. If people were really scared of him. But he knows that he's a frail old white guy, but just having to have the magnitude of riches. That's it. But the Lord about to take his goodie. So that's why, like, he can't just walk around in AC right now. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you're not a true ruler. You're a ruler by default.
And you know it's spiritual too, because it's not him specifically; it's his family.
Family, yep.
You know, it's the family. It's the family line. Like, they don't say, "Oh, Jacob Rothschild." They say the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Where the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, that's the same family. Yeah. You know, and that's why the Lord is raising up what? The house of David. You know, David's going to be there. Yahushua is going to be on the throne, but that's a whole family line right there, man. You know, that's a family line from the heavens. Yahushua, King David, and the house of David. The elect word, that's why the Lord said you was with me from the beginning. Because we were all, Lord willing to be that line, we were all family. And that family is going to be the ones that rule the earth. Because you got the family of the tabernacles of Edom, Amalek ruling in wickedness. When the kingdom comes, you got the tabernacles of Israel, the house of David, the tabernacles of David ruling. With all 12, the 12 tribes, man, 12,000 from each tribe. You got something?
Yeah. Just to the point of when you were saying that these other nations, they're going to be looking down and they're going to look down and see Esau, because Esau going to be lowered. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 63, verse, where is it at? Verse 9. But those that seek my soul to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for foxes. Hey man, look, like the brother said, they're gonna be at the bottom of the bottom, man. Just like they're at the very top right now, where they think nobody could touch them, they're gonna be at the very bottom where everybody gonna see just with a piece of donkey manure they are, man.
And that's gonna be the trading of places, man. Because where's Jake at right now? Jake is at the bottom, specifically the Judites, man. The so-called Negroes, they're at the bottom. You know? Hey, I was listening to a brother speak, I forgot who it was, but it was like, yo, if Esau say that, you know, the Arabs, right, they're supposed to be the ones who did 9/11, the ones who are supposed to be the terrorists, why they not getting racial profile? Why they not in danger when they walk in the streets, you know, here in Babylon? They're supposed to be the boogeyman. But it's still, Who? The Israelites, man. Yeah, that dude, exactly. It's still the Israelites that are ones that's getting harassed by the cops, that's getting shot down. Because they know that that's that perpetual hatred, man. That's a perpetual hatred that Esau has for Jacob. And that's how it was set up. You know, and unless you come to the knowledge of the truth, you would never understand why we got that such friction between the so-called white people or the Caucasians and the Israelites, the so-called Negroes and Latinos. You won't understand it. You're just gonna think, oh, they hate us because of a skin color. It ain't about the skin color, man. It's spiritual. All right, it's a spiritual friction, a spiritual dissension that the Lord set up from the time of what? Cain and Abel, from the time of Adam and Eve, really. When you go to the serpent, because that serpent was jealous of Adam, man. He was jealous of that line, because that line was a line that the Lord chose to have what? To have dominion over the earth, to have immortality, all right, to have the laws, the righteous order. And that serpent was jealous of Adam and Eve and that line that they had, like that line they came from. So that's why he presented Eve with that doctrine of death. That's what that really was. When he told Eve, you should surely eat of the fruit of the tree of good and evil and not die, that was basically the doctrine of death. Because he lied to her, and guess what? Now they fell. They died like men. Because they weren't created to die like men. We were created to be what? Immortal. An image of the Most High. So let us create man in our image. The Lord's image is what? Immortality, is immortal. But Esau being jealous, all right, being envious, just like how he was during Cain and Abel, just like how he was during Jacob and Esau, he did what? He brought death to the doors of Jacob. And ever since then, we've been fighting to get that back. And that's why when Yahushua died, when he rose, he said, what? I have all power. I have basically defeated death, man.
Yo, just to back up the point that you were saying. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. All right, verse 21. It says, and Isaac entreated Yahweh Shai for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh Shai was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Hey, and that struggle is still present to this very day, man. You know? You're not gonna ever, that whole Martin Luther King, I have a dream, that shit, that was a false dream, man. That was BS. Because that struggle is still happening to this very day, man. It's non-stop. It's not going, hey, even in the kingdom, it's going to be a struggle. Well, it's not going to be really a struggle. It's going to be still a division. They ain't going to be no, all right, well, you know, Esau, let bygones be bygones. We're all good now. Nah, that's when we going to have our foot all the way up your ass, man. Turn sideways. You know? It's still, but then after that punishment, that's when you're going to be exterminated, man. Because there's going to be no more need of wickedness. There's not going to be no need of the sword of the Lord's anger, who the Lord uses Esau, you know, to push that out. There's not going to be no more of that for Jacob, man, because we're going to be at everlasting rest. But Jacob's not going to be at rest until the person who takes away rest is out the way.
Cancerous.
Yeah. How you going to be 100% pure or 100% healthy when you got a cancer just floating around? You got to take the cancer out the way. Go ahead.
I want me to continue Esdras?
Yeah.
Second Esdras, this is Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord.
Yeah, and that's plain and simple right there, man. You know, the Lord said, he shall avenge the elect speedily, but when he comes, shall he find faith on earth? If the Lord don't find you with faith on earth, what's going to happen? You're going to die in your unfaithfulness, man. Okay, because through faith are we saved. Okay, it said, well, through grace are we saved by faith, which is not of ourselves, but is a gift from the Most High. So if you don't got faith in that day, and you don't got faith in Yahweh Shai, I should say, in that day, you're going to die, man. You know, you're going to die. You're going to have faith in your gun, you're going to have faith in your house, or faith in your money. All that's going to be taken away with, man. You're going to be found naked. That's why Scripture says, hold fast what thou hast, keep thy garments, unless thy nakedness be seen. We got faith in this word, and that's what's keeping us clothed. But the Lord about to make everybody else naked. Whatever faith that they think they got, he about to strip that away from you. And then you're going to see what you really got, man, what you really worth. And that's what it says. That's when the righteous man is going to stand bold, man, in the face of them that have afflicted him. Because we're going to be clothed. Imagine if everybody naked, but you got clothes on. You're going to be bold. You know, you're going to be walking around and you're going to have your head up good. Why? Because you clothed, you good. Everybody else is going to be naked and what they cover themselves. They said that every man's hands on their loins, because you're gonna be bust open, so to speak, man. Lord going to say, he said you're going to uncover your nakedness.
Yeah.
No, go say you want
I'm saying that, and that's why people don't understand this now. We understand that all this right now, the looking foolish and being a spectacle, is for that later on seeing. Just like right now, even in this world, when somebody's doing something, they be like, you know that guy that didn't go out partying, or whatever staying in the house doing this. Now he's a successful businessman. On the right hand side, that's why we're doing this. We're doing this so we don't have to deal with all the coming carnage, all the chaos that's to come to this place, man. Because people are not looking at it to where like it's gonna be all out chaos on the streets of America. They think it'll just get bad enough just to where they can somehow overcome it. But it's gonna get to where it's overwhelming for you, and all these people don't understand that. That's why they walk around comfortably, because they think somehow, some way, it's just gonna get better.
They think that they don't think it, and they also don't think it could get that much worse.
Yes.
They don't think that, what if the economy does collapse?
Like your calculations.
Yeah. Like even when they talk about the chip, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can see that happen, but not in our lifetime." They always say that. Why not?
Yeah.
First of all, it's already out.
Yeah.
Why can't you see this not being a new form of payment?
That's right.
Don't you know what was that back in 1917 or 16? That's when America the dollar became the world standard.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that long ago before that you had an actual another currency as the world currency.
Right.
So why couldn't, and the Lord said he's going to speed up the days for the elect's sake.
That's right.
Why do you think this is being pushed out so rapidly, man? Okay? But once again, if you're not watching, then you can't see. You already consumed with the cares of this life, which is a snare, man. All the cares of this life, the deceitfulness of riches, surfeiting, overcharged with drunkenness, being blinded, bread and circus, all that is just a trap for you, a snare for you to not be able to see what's really coming, man. And the Lord actually opened up our eyes to see it, and now that's all we can see, man. We can't see nothing else except what's about to hit this place. We're not indulged. We're not in the matrix anymore. Like how Neo, when he was outside the matrix, when he realized that was the matrix, he couldn't act like he was in the matrix anymore. And that one guy, where he wanted to go back into the matrix, he said he was eating a steak. He's like, I know this is fake. But basically he got weary with the affliction of knowing that he was in the matrix. So he asked the dude, just wipe my mind from me knowing that this is the matrix. I'd rather go back to not knowing. And that's being weary, truth-wise, that's being weary and well-doing. A lot of people want to fall out because they want to go back into the world because it's easy.
This is out of the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
That's right, man. It says, except those days be shortened, there should be no flesh saved. Because look at it like this, man. We got brothers in this truth, but a lot of brothers, they don't got kids, man. So it's not like we're not passing down this knowledge to anybody, So we, except those days be shortened, there will be no flesh saved. Because let's say the days didn't be shortened and we just die off. It's not like we pass this heritage down to like our children, which we're supposed to do, but we don't want to have kids in this society, man. Some brothers do, but it's an actual curse to have kids in this society, man.
Yeah, curses.
It's a part of the curses. And then you got people. Exactly.
If you got kids, you gotta go harder.
And then you got people that say, oh, well, in the kingdom, we're not gonna have sex. Like, what? We're not gonna have kids, so we gotta live this life, not wanting kids or having kids and being cursed and having kids. But then when we get to the kingdom, now there's no reason for sex in the kingdom. No reason for children. Yeah.
You can't touch none of
But
the
Esau, he done. This faggot ass done got to touch whatever woman he wanted. But when we get the kingdom, it's not gonna be no need for sex in the kingdom.
They like touching men.
Yeah, right.
It's Luke 23:29. For behold, the days are coming which they shall say, blessed are the barren and the womb that never bare, and the pats that never gave suck.
Yeah, man. Hey, and I had a dream like that before, man. Earlier, like a month ago, while I was running with my son it was like a big ass earthquake. And I was running with my son, and he was a baby. Like my son's like 5 now, but he was a baby. And I felt like, yo, if I didn't have him, I would have been able to run quicker. But I had to hold him, so I was trying to run away. And that scripture came to my mind, because when that time of calamity comes, like when the time of purge season happens, it's gonna be easier for you to escape if you by yourself. But if you got children, you're gonna try to be looking after the children. You know, you're gonna try to, the baby's crying, you gotta be quiet. There's gonna be a lot of chaos, man. And people, you know, you got a lot of women that are single mothers. They gonna be looking for protection in that day, man. For them or for their child.
Even now they slow you up.
Yeah.
Say you got a car, right? And you got 5 errands to run. The court building, laundry, this and that. Now, you can run those 5 errands in 4 hours if you was by yourself. But if you bring the kids with you or Eve, you might not even complete all of those errands. It might get late. You be like, damn, they closed on me. I gotta do some of this shit next week or tomorrow or my next day off. But see, when you by yourself, you able to get more done. But when you got the kids with you, that shit slow you up. Yep. You know?
Yeah, man. And then when that time of Jacob's trouble comes, that's going to be a real burden on a lot of, especially our people, man. Especially, and it's so beautiful how the Lord got us set up, because right now you don't really have households with the father and the mother all together. And a lot of times what Esau did, you know, through his judicial system, he gave the children to the mother. So they're gonna be even more. They getting all these goodies now. Okay, I got my child, so I can get the Section 8, the WIC, this and that. When all hell breaks loose, you having your child is actually gonna be a strain on you in that day, man. You using your child as a perk now, but when Jacob's trouble come, that's gonna be a strain on you. And then you're gonna be looking for your man. But he gonna be gone. And they're gonna be looking for what? A righteous man in that day, man. And that's why I said 7 women should cleave unto 1 man, saying take away our reproach. And that reproach is, we go into that word, it means taunt or scorn. There's a lot of women that are gonna be scorned in that day. You wanna scorn men now, because you wanna talk shit now on your Instagram, or you could call a nigga thirsty and all this and that now. You can scorn him now because you got liberty to do so. But in time of Jacob's trouble, you gonna be the scorn. You gonna be the taunt.
They said, let us be closer. Like, it's going to be a group of them.
Yeah.
Pitiful and crying. Actually, for you, there's going to be groups of women coming up to you. Please, let us be close. Crying, looking all messed up.
Yep.
Right quick. This Luke right above from before 23:28. But Yahushua turning unto them said, daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children.
There you go. Hey, and the Lord, through the Spirit, that was twofold. That was talking about 70 AD, and it's talking about now too, man. You know, because during the time of 70 AD, the ones who didn't hearken unto the Lord, they got caught up in that, man. And that was a bloody massacre what Titus and Domitius did, man. When they came in and slaughtered Israel during the 70 AD. That was unmerciful slaughtering of men, women, and children during that time. And how much more is he going to do in this time? The scripture says it's going to be a time like it's never been on the earth. So 70 AD is not going to be comparable to what Esau is going to do now. Because back then, they only had swords. So, you know, it takes a little bit of time to go through individuals at a time with a sword. But now they got weapons, they got guns. Pop, pop, pop. Uzis, you know, spraying, hollow tip. You can spray down 20 people in 5 seconds. So there's going to be a lot of killing of Jake in that time, man. And then unless the Lord is on your side, you ain't going to be able to escape. Yeah, drones, yeah. Heat-seeking missiles.
Guns that can shoot around.
Yep. Oh, those robotic dogs, DARPA, with the robotic dogs. They got robots, like actual robots that's gonna be patrolling the street. Hey, man, this devil, his mind is out to fucking destroy you. Israelites, man.
It's funny you said that because in one of the cartoon movies, the Superman, it's basically a movie about mad Supermans. They had like a robotic Superman, they had a bunch of Supermans, and basically, long story short, the plan was these Supermans were being made by a lab, and then it became like the Superman started getting kind of evil, and they was like really patrolling the streets. But there's a bunch of Supermans, like it was called Evil Superman or something like that, and it was crazy. That made me think of what you just said. That's what these devils have. Like they have these kind of things, where they were making these super kind of men,
They showed
soldiers.
you that in Gemini Man.
Yeah, I see that, brother.
They showed you that in Gemini Man. They was making super soldiers off of Jake.
Hey, iRobot.
iRobot. Yep.
Well, ultimately, that's what they wanted. I remember reading a book. It was called The Cloak of the Illuminati. And everything in that book was basically, they took the scriptures and all that, and they was trying to make like super soldiers. Because they showed you that in the movie Avatar too, man. When the dude jumped up in the machine, and then he was running all fast. And they try to make it where like if the soldier get hit, he can automatically repair himself. So Esau know that war was coming.
Yeah. Got the Star Wars, how the super soldiers were basically a bunch of clones. It's like called Attack of the Clones. They took that one soldier and they made clones of it. That's how they Darth Vader got all of the white joints. That's all clones. You know what I'm saying?
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, the Stormtrooper. Yep.
Hey, see, Esau's preparing for war, man. That's right. He's preparing. It's you docile, sleep, dumbass Jakes that think that you're not at war.
Still twerking.
You over here, so man, and it's frustrating. But then the Lord said, "Well, He's not going to frustrate the faith of the saints, because we know, like ultimately, you're going to get your reward, man. You're going to get what you deserve, you know, because the Lord He going to protect us. You know, Lord willing, we be those men.
Right.
He gonna protect us in that day. But we telling you that we see it's like the watchman that's on the tower. We see the enemy coming towards us. We're telling you, get prepared. The enemy's coming. But we're not telling you get prepared carnally, because that's not how we gonna fight against the devil. We get prepared by coming back to your power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But you're not looking. You being asleep. Oh, ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody. I've been saying ain't coming for a long time. Hey, it's like what Paul Revere. The British are coming. The British are coming. He ran throughout the whole city, right? And guess what? The British came, but they were ready, right? But our people, they're not preparing themselves, man. What you got?
Yeah, second Esdras, what you were just talking about. Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
There you go, man. Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And the book of First Maccabees, it tells you when wickedness started spreading throughout the world, when who got in power, man? When Esau, right? But it said history started with the Greeks. When Alexander the Greek got in power, you know, and his 4 generals afterwards, that's when wickedness was spread throughout the world. So that's why the scripture says that the man of sin, actually give me that 2 Thessalonians, the man of sin, the son of perdition shall be revealed, man. It's evident that the rulers of this world right now promote nothing but wickedness, man. When you got transgenders, all right, hey, Uber got a new commercial with a transgender getting into the Uber and talking about we make sure we basically do good background checks on our drivers to make sure that you feel safe, because we had that whole thing where like a lot of Uber drivers, they were like assaulting people, so they had a fucking transgender get into the Uber car, walk into the Uber car and shit, walk in, sit down, and get her phone, get her his phone and shit, his phone, and then the fucking driver turns around, oh, nice to meet you, like it's like some Edomite woman and shit saying, oh, nice to meet you, or basically making it seem like, oh, you can feel safe getting into our Uber cab because we make sure we do good background checks. So now they're gearing it towards, oh, everybody's included, you know? I'm like, yo, you got a fucking transgender in the commercial now? Like that's where we at right now in 2019. You got the transgenders going into fucking elementary schools, teaching the kids.
The same-sex bathroom.
The same-sex bathroom. I got the no-sex bathroom.
God, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I meant.
But they got the whole thing. It was funny because they was making like a joke off of it because you got transgenders are a part of what the LGBT community, but the B stands for bisexual, and bi means two. So that's right there. It's like there's only two sexes.
That's right, God.
But now you're saying, you can have 5. They said I think they said like 173 different sexes that they got labels for, man. And who pushes that out? These people, man.
I got the definition of exceed. The definition of exceed, one of them is to be greater in number or size than a quantity or number or other measurable thing. To go beyond what is allowed or stipulated by a set limit, especially of one's authority. To be better than or surpass.
Yeah, man. Hey, actually, based off of that, give me Jeremiah 51. The Lord said that what? That your sins has reached into the heavens, man.
That's right.
No, Esau, he did above and beyond. That's how you call what? The son of perdition, the son of wickedness, man. You are that man because you're the only one that can go exceedingly above and beyond the wickedness. You had Egyptians, you had the Egyptian empire, you had the Babylonian empire, you had the Persian empire, but when you devils got into power, it's all out, all hell broke loose, man. Even Sodom and Gomorrah, you made Sodom and Gomorrah not look like Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
You made them look like saints.
Yeah, you made them look like they were straight over there, man. Like, Sodom and Gomorrah, y'all had just had gays? Nah, I did that wrong. We got transgenders.
We hermaphrodites.
We got hermaphrodites, man.
We got them both.
Why you say I ain't on no level? I don't know how to be gay. I'm gonna show y'all how to be Sodomites. That's yo, for real, man. Yo, bestiality. That's a you can do that here, man.
What is that? Matthew the 10th chapter then. When it's about this shall be greater than Sodom and Gomorrah. I believe that.
Oh
city.
yeah. Yep.
I got Jeremiah.
That's why the scripture says that this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt.
right.
Because
That's
the Lord, because even to our slavery in Egypt, that was rigorous slavery. But Esau was like, oh no, they just ain't do that right. I'm gonna show y'all how to do slavery.
You let them know they were still Israelites?
I'm gonna show y'all what servitude is.
They didn't even know they Israelites.
Oh, y'all just had them stumping on some mud. Nah, I'm gonna cut off their feet and tell them to stump on some mud. And that's why these devils, man. That's why the Lord said, you gonna do according to His anger, man. Because we don't remember, how we got the pictures and images, but we don't know how much. That's just a couple pictures and stuff, man. We don't know how often this devils was doing this shit, man.
This every day.
Every day, man.
Every day, right?
So when we talk about retribution, when we talk about recompense, how you gonna say, that's wrong? The Lord is all about justice and judgment, man.
Right.
What you got, right?
Oh, Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. 6? Yeah. Flee out of the midst. Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Yeah, man. So you realize flee out of the midst of Babylon, speaking spiritually, man. Because if you are enticed or if you are involved in the ways of Babylon, you're not going to be able to deliver your soul from the plagues that's come to this place, man. That's why the Lord said, don't join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So you're going to get the same reward as Babylon, as you're going to get the same plagues as Babylon if you don't spiritually detach yourself from this place. And that's what we have done through the Spirit of the Lord. We're in this world, but we're not of this world, man. Right. And that's why we are ridiculed, persecuted, laughed at. But that's okay because he who laughs last best, man. Right. We go and laughs hardest, man. We gonna have the best laugh, man. Okay? Y'all can laugh at us now, but hey, it's all good, man. Finish that? It's all
good. Excuse me. To read on in Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Be not caught up in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
So why is the Lord getting vengeance on a place, man? Okay, if this is a God-fearing country, why would there be vengeance? Why is the Lord talking about He's going to render a recompense unto her? Right. Because these devils, they're that's what they are. They're deceivers, man. They say that this is a God-fearing country, but what God you talking about, man? Okay? You talking about Mammon, you talking about Satan, man. That's why you got a statue of Baphomet going throughout the, America. That's why you promote witchcraft. You promote Halloween. You promote what you had 2 years ago. You had Kali on Empire State Building. You promote all these wicked deities, man, because that's the God that you serve, man. Only thing you're doing, you put the Bible out there to make it seem like it's righteous. It seems like what you're doing is righteous because you know this is the righteous book, but really, you just toss that in the back and then you do a whole bunch of wickedness. That's why do you make you swear in the Bible in court? Because they know that the Bible is the words of truth, but they don't in their court system, they don't uphold any true judgment. It's no true judgment in the court system, man.
It's bait.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Unrighteous decrees. But in order to do unrighteous decrees, you gotta know what righteous decrees are. And that's what these devils do. They say they know what truth is, but they don't live it. This is what about these devils. They know who the chosen people are. Because if they were really, honorable people, they would come out and tell us who we are, man. They will come out and say, you know what, these are the chosen people of the Most High. We are the Edomites. We're ruling. We're the devil, so we're going to rule y'all with wickedness. But then after a while, the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, he's going to come and he's going to take us down, and then his righteous rulership is going to reign. That would be a true devil. True devil. But because you're a devil, you can't do nothing except be a liar, man. That's why the Lord said that, man. That he's a murderer and a liar from the beginning, man. He's the father of it. So of course, that's why you can't never trust thine enemies.
That's right,
because he's never going to tell you what the truth is. He's always going to give you the lie and make it believable. And that's what these people out here are living, man. They're living a believable lie. That's all America is. It's just a believable lie. A matrix, yep. Got it?
Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, but like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Hey, so the Lord's saying right there, don't even trust a Edomite that comes humbly, man. Don't even trust an Edomite that comes humbly. Yeah, don't even come crashing down. Don't even do that, man. That's the worst Edomite to trust, man. Them Edomites that come with them suits.
Yeah,
hey, nice to meet you,
Good day.
Yeah, how's it going, Yeah, how's it? Come over.
What do you think about that Saquon Barkley? Yeah, man.
That's a heck of a guy, man.
Yeah,
heck of a guy. Hell of a fella,
Ain't no,
You go to them tailgating parties that these Edomites do, they let that shit come out.
hey, man.
Hey, boy, what's up, man?
Hey, man, if it was nicer, and if it was a nicer day, if you stick around, it'll be stuff like that probably have right on this right here strip.
Yep. Hey, even that when I was younger, I used to come down here to gamble. When you make an Edomite feel comfortable, they'll let that racism come out because they think that, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about everybody, everybody else. Everybody, other blacks, you're not like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We can test real quick. There was this guy that I knew, right? This guy that I knew, and she was like, I'm with racism and all that. So I got real comfortable with him, joke with him, laugh with him. By the time you know, he couldn't stop saying nigga, man. That shit started just coming out. First he said, I'm not with this shit. I'm not with none of that racist stuff. Then I got comfortable with joking around. And then all of a sudden, he just started going off, man.
It's over there.
And I said, you see, it's in there.
And every one of them, man. I don't care how nice Billy is to you, it's all there, man. Brothers have experienced it personally. I've seen it with other people, and then you got our people that just brush it off like, I hate that. You know Hank, man. That's just how he is, you know what I'm saying? But then once you counter it, then it's like, oh, it's different, you know what I'm saying? And that's why these devils just gotta be destroyed, because there's no change in them. They're not gonna be rehabilitated. They're not gonna be like, some of them going to turn to other ones. Nah, I ain't that kind of party. They all have that gene. That's their genetic makeup. That's their design.
Well, say perpetuate hatred.
Yeah.
One Edomite that I the slave hold. You want the whole nation, the chocolate covered Edomites, all the whole race nation, both sides deals with nations. So that's going down too, man.
Hey, what's that scripture? Though his words be smoother than butter.
Oh,
War was in his heart.
War was in his heart,
Yeah,
man.
cut. That's how they took over the Gadite.
Yep. And they came humbly. They came humbly, and then what happened after that, man?
Yep.
Gave them smallpox, diseases.
Yeah, take these blankets.
And it was scripture talking about Jacob, I think, but even still, you could apply it to Esau where it says basically they bless you openly, but they curse you secretly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Esau does. They'll say, hey, how you doing? Well, I hope everything's well, this, that, and third, but in the back of their mind, they don't give a fuck about you, man.
And that's why I say, man, an Edomite's only comfortable with a Jake is when he's beneath him. That's the only time an Edomite's gonna be comfortable around a Jake. Let an Edomite have a Jake boss. He gonna be uncomfortable, pissed off, hating his life, man. Unless that Jake boss is a fucking sellout, then that's the only way he might be cool. Might. But let an actual Jake, like in his Jake mannerism, you know, Jake demeanor, and be over Edomite, he's not gonna be comfortable at all.
Especially male. Male
Yeah.
Jake?
Yeah, because they'll be underneath for female because they know how to entice. Going back to Eve, they know how to entice them. And our women love to pacify these Edomites, man. They love to make them feel comfortable, man. No, don't do that. And you see it on boardwalks back like in Seaside or whatever, when you have a Jake fighting with an Edomite, whatever. Stop! Don't do that. Leave him alone. Don't do that. They always come in to the defense of the Edomite, man. Never backing up her man. All the time, man.
What about more?
You word. Well, I don't see. You look at the sun. You see yourself in it? Yeah, I'm right here, but I'm just looking. What about white people?
What about them? Well, they are white people. These are white people.
They'll take a good look. So you see yourself on this side? Yeah. Oh, that means you're a prince. You're a king, a princess. Okay, but I don't see the white people. Where's the white people at? Like, yo, like, look, man, they got this. Like, what? This Caesar's palace. Like, what the fuck?
And then they come with that same stance too. They be like, I'm saying, but like that's not even right because you're doing what they're doing. Two wrongs don't make a right, bro.
Teaching hate.
Look, man, we teaching love for our people, man.
Hey, they don't preach love, and they don't preach love to love you. Like you don't see people. They do that Black Lives Matter, but that's just for TV. You gotta go to them when they not on the TV, man. Go to them when they at their house, see how they really feel about you. You know what I'm saying?
Even Christianity. A lot of people know Christianity a lot of people learn Christianity through love or hate. Because they were beaten into that, man. The northern tribes were put on stakes in order to serve Caesar Borgia, Jesus Christ, Serapis Christus. They wasn't. Them Edomites didn't come to them conquistadors didn't come to North, South, and Central America with love of accepting Christianity. They came and slaughtered them and told them, "We're going to keep killing you unless you serve our God." So we were talking about, oh, you have a doctrine of hate. We got a doctrine of love for our people, man.
Right.
The gospel, the good news.
And don't the KKK, right? They teach all that bullshit to their people. You know, they love their people.
Hey, even the rats.
Yeah, cut.
All that shit is only for them.
Yeah, cut.
They got a whole Highland Park, Williamsburg, Brooklyn, yeah, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. They don't let none of you niggas over there, man. You let you run up in the synagogue. Go up in the synagogue on a Friday night. They don't.
And it's funny, they probably won't even let you buy the attire. Like, you can see some Jakes around with the broad caps.
Bro, when I was on my trip, when I went on my trip to the Mediterranean, I had on my menorah. They couldn't help but to stop and ask, like, "Oh, that's interesting. What is that?" I'm like, "You know what it is."
Why are you wearing?
Yeah, why are you wearing?
That's what they want to say.
Why are you wearing that? Why are you like? Because they have inherited lies and they think like this is our shit. You know, that's what they think that this is. But it's our shit, man. And they showed you that on the Arch of Titus when the Romans went up in the temple and took the menorah, man. They actually made a memoir of that. You can go on Rome right now. I got the picture of it. Where they was holding the centurions. The Roman centurions came out of our temple, taking our jewelry out of it, man. And we had one of the jewels that we had was the menorah, because that was a gold. That was a gold. It was made out of gold. Exactly, man. They stole all of it, man, and they put it onto themselves. You know?
Hey, I'm gonna finish that because we're still going to the point. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. If I start reading on 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
There you go, man. Babylon has been a golden cup in what do they call America? It's called Westernization, man. That's what globalization is really Westernization. Because everybody's becoming like America. If you don't put on the vibe of how America is, then you're an enemy. You're a terrorist. You are a threat to humanity. So that's why they over there fucking with Syria, Iran, China, Russia. They make communism. You heard about communism. I know growing up, I heard of communism. I thought that was just the bad guys, you know? Communism is, that's just evil. Why? Because it's not, that goes against basically the Westernization, quote unquote, doctrine or values that they have, man. So that's what they did. they enforced their democracy by way of the sword. So they made everybody now think how they think. That's why you got over there in the West. Now you got a lot of, so like over there in the East, the Middle East, and Eastern Hemisphere, you got more people being homosexuals over there. You got more women being more promiscuous over there. But those men over there, they're not with that shit. So you got a lot of those men, they killing their daughters and their wives that are becoming promiscuous, man.
If I may, brother, you had there was this, I remember a couple of years back, there was like this they was Ishmaelites, they was from over in Iraq, one of Iran, and they was homosexual. They had a whole documentary on it. And what they wanted to do, they moved to America because they knew that they could get away with that shit over here. Like over there, they're not going for that. They'd have put them to death. So they played it off or whatever for a little while. You know, got their tickets and came to America, Babylon, man. Because anything in America goes.
Hey, you got Nicki Minaj. She's supposed to be, I don't know if she did it yet, but she was supposed to perform in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And you know how she dressed. You can't do that over there. But they was basically saying they was gonna let her go over there and perform how, you know, her do a performance over in Saudi Arabia. I'm like, if that's not drinking of Babylon Cup, I don't know what is. And of course they use our women to do it because what they promote that shit the most. You don't really got no Edomite women that's provocative like that. But yeah, Iggy Azalea, whatever her name is, she might be a Jake anyway. But you know what I'm saying, but Saudi Arabia, they're known for having their women covered up, man.
There was some women that saw recently in Iran. They were protesting for women's rights and shit.
Yeah.
Cops came and locked her up.
Yep.
So,
They're letting women get licenses over there. And the scripture says, give not a woman liberty to gad abroad. But what? Because now they drinking that Babylonian juice, so now women can drive.
I got a car, my own car.
Exactly. Got my own car. Abib, I don't need you, Abib.
Think about it. The reason it's the case, and it's funny because the reason why that's the case, because what's more likely going to happen if a woman does get abroad, she's going to end up being a whore.
That's right. That's why so much adultery.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Because she could go and do what she want, and nobody gonna do nothing. Nobody gonna do nothing until there's no such. It's not a crime against affairs. Like
infidelity.
Yeah, exactly. There's no crime against that.
There's no crime against abortion.
They legalize adultery. So women can sleep outside of marriage and commit homosexuality.
And homosexuality.
Yo, in our land, man, Jerusalem.
Yeah,
They doing all
Pink
that.
City.
Because they got gay pride parades, man. You know, just like over in Philadelphia, man. They had that shit every year, man. Of naked gay songs.
They got a whole month of gay pride.
Yeah, they slide down Broad Street, asshole naked, and right behind them is the cops. So they protecting them, man. You know, so that's crazy. But in a sense, that's double-minded because in certain instances, like, oh, you can't be publicly indecent exposure. But just this one day, you can get asshole lectured.
You can walk down the street with a G-string on. Yeah, man.
That's wicked as hell.
And if I may, on that note, continuing on, when it says that the nations are mad, but where's the next verse say? Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
That's right. It's no making America great again.
Exactly.
It ain't no coming back from the destruction that America is in and is about to be enhancing it, man. You know, it's not going to. Your economy is not going to flourish again. You ain't going to be having everybody's got good ass jobs in the roaring 40s and the 50s, where everybody's buying houses. You know, everybody got a good college diploma. That's not happening no more, man. People are struggling, and there's only more struggles.
Yes,
There's only more struggles. More businesses are closing down.
And not going to open back up.
Yeah, you ain't gonna just come out with a look, man. You ask people walking up and down the street. I bet you ask 100 people. I bet you 70% of people gonna say within the last year they've been unemployed. 70% gonna say within the last year they've been unemployed or underemployed. Now, underemployed, that might be 100%, man. The 100% of people might say, nah, I don't make enough. Nobody's gonna say, yeah, I make enough money.
Especially in New Jersey.
And that's why you got a lot of people, that's one of the main reasons why people get married, is because they want to join forces, their finances, but then they split because that shit don't end up working. So then they were like, you know what, nigga, you don't make enough for me. I gotta go. You know, people don't get married. People don't get married for quote unquote love anymore. It's all a business transaction.
If I made that, you got a hospital in Philly. It's called Hahnemann. They shut the whole hospital. And this is one dude that we're able to
save dying. So shut the hospital down.
Kind of for financial purposes. I'm like, damn, and that was like a proper hospital kind. So I talked to one of the employees. He said he still go there, but he said his employment is based day by day. So it's like when they can come in, they be like, yo, we don't even work. But the whole hospital's completely shut down. So that's another way you know Babylon is falling too.
That's why people not being able to afford their hospital bill. That shit expensive as hell going to the hospital, man. That should make you not want to. You get shot, yo. Just leave me here, man.
I know somebody.
Word.
Pull it out.
And even said, if I may, I dropped a customer off yesterday. She works in the medical field. She works at Robert Wood Johnson up in I think that is. And basically, she was like, it was another hospital before that. I forget what she called it, but they said it was way better and they paid more. But once Robert Wood and Barnabas brought it out, it got worse. And Robert Wood Johnson is owned by rats, man. It's owned by them Jewish motherfuckers. And they said that the pay went down and the quality of the hospital went down. You know
I think they're the same people that own these jets.
Probably.
Thanks to
Probably. Who knows?
But all in all, man, it says Babylon is falling. So you got the morale of this place is falling. You know, hey, you coming into the quote unquote holiday season. But every year it's getting worse, man. People are yo, man. Yeah. I don't know.
Lighter.
I remember growing up, you had that Home Alone Christmas where you come down to be mad toys and shit, mad gifts. Now everybody's getting one good gift. So everybody has one good gift and that's it, man.
No, my family did, if I may.
It's a lot. Every year you have a new set of Christmas balls, like colors and shit. You know what I mean? One year it might be the red and the blue. Next year the blue and the silver. Now bring out the same thing from last year.
Trees getting faker.
Yeah. Yep.
They gotta get the fake trees because it takes maintenance to get a real tree, and that's expensive. You gotta cut the tree down.
You will go throughout the city, like your town or whatever. Everybody will have the lights. You have maybe one or two houses with lights on, man. Because that's more money, more expenses, man. Mm-hmm. So all that is being broken down. All that spirit of being in that holidays, wicked ass spirit, pagan ass spirit is being broken down, man. Ain't nobody with that vibe is gone, man. Because ultimately that's a wicked vibration, and the Lord is doing away with the wickedness of this world, man. And you got the righteousness is being uplifted. The more we come out and speak, the more righteousness is being uplifted and is bringing down the strongholds of what Esau has popped up as being what you're supposed to be living by. That's why it's imperative that we keep coming out here and speaking. Because the Lord said, even though He said prophesying to the wind, it's still doing something. That through the spirit, in the spiritual realm, things are being moved, man.
But that wind take that vibration. That have it going. So when you prophesy to the wind, you actually putting that vibration up.
Hey, you know, and the one vibration is what this devil, man. People look at this, they don't even get moved by it anymore. They, oh yeah, we know he's not white. Like that's like you know, a couple years ago, you first came to the truth, like you have to actually debate with you pick up this thing. This isn't Jesus. No, that is Jesus. No, this person isn't Jesus. They were like, yeah, we know he didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes. We know he probably was a man of color. Like now, everybody knows it. It's not nothing that's like a shock anymore. You say, you know, Jesus was black. Yeah, we know that he was a black man. I mean, he was in the Middle East, so you know, brown. So the lies is being destroyed. You know, those lies are being destroyed, and that's why this devil is trying to come out with Kanye West, trying to come out with that whole come to Jesus, you know, his whole church, whatever he got going on.
Oh, he got that stuff from Beyonce too, man. Beyonce got that
church of Beyonce.
You know, so them niggas is wicked as hell, man. Cause you really going to the church to see Kanye West. You know, you ain't going there to worship Yahweh Shem outside. You know, them people is off.
I can read this one verse real quick. Jeremiah 51 verse 10. Like the brother said about more righteousness being put in the earth. The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare it in Zion, the work of the Lord our God. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what we're doing, man. We're prophesying righteousness. We're prophesying what the Lord sees as righteousness, man. Because the Lord don't see all this as righteousness. It may look good, it may look glamorous, but it's not righteousness, all right? And the Lord has set himself to, he's gonna end this thing soon, man. It's not gonna be too many more Atlantic City boardwalks and, you know, just, you know, walking around like careless, man. Here it is, people are losing their jobs and nobody cares. You had Barney just went out of business. I know, I've seen a lot of women that probably didn't got Barney's registrations down this boardwalk before, man. And now what? Now you going, who's next? That's what it is, who's next? Ultimately, it's gonna be who's next is the whole America system, man.
Yep. Hey, you know, another thing about how this place is falling, like, when you just look at certain things that used to be popping, that's not popping anymore, like the mall. Back in the day, the mall used to be packed out, man. The mall would be packed out. That was the place where you always try to pick up a girl for free. Let's go to the mall, man. You don't even got a shop.
I remember that.
No, because that right there is a mall.
Yeah.
When you go in there, it ain't nobody in there, man.
Ain't nobody shopping, man.
Yeah, a lot of
You go to the mall, or back in the day, you go to the movies. The movies, them shits stay empty, man. Unless it's like a specific genre, like Marvel movie or something like that.
Something already popping.
Yeah, something that's already got like something
following.
Yeah, it's not gonna be packed, man. You go to the movies, them seats is empty. That's why what the movies start to do now is try to make it more comfortable. You know, you got the dine-in movies, you got the reclining chairs to try to entice people to come back to the movies. Because everything is dying, man. Yeah, serving liquor in there, yeah. I seen this one shit, they said they made like a whole bed. Like, they got beds in movies now. So they try to...
They got restaurants.
Yeah, you know? So everything is so... And that's Esau keep trying to prop it up, because they seeing it and it's dying. Like the whole vibration of everything that was something that was entertaining is dying, man. Even sports. You know, even sports is dying. I know. Yeah, like football, them seasons, like you watch a football game, you see the stands, you really hear them shit say, oh, we got a full packed out crowd. And every seat sold out. You don't hear that shit no more, man. Especially at, you know, my team. Especially my team. You get a Giants ticket for $50.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 28. It says, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit,
shall be declared.
There you go, man. The truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. And that's what the Lord said, that this word shall go throughout the four corners of the earth. And what are the fruit? We're the fruit, man. The brothers and sisters that are watching, they're the fruit. Because this truth is not just something that's right now. You carry this with you day after day. So when you hear this truth and you convert, now you become a fruit. And the scripture says, what a good tree bringeth forth good fruit. And what does the fruit have in it? It has a seed. So it brings forth more fruit. And now the corruption, it says, what does it say about corruption? Read that one part again. Yes.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 28. It says, as for faith, it shall flourish.
Faith shall flourish. And that's really with the elect, man. Because our faith is getting boasted day after day, man. By way of the, praying, by way of the prophecies coming to pass. We're seeing this thing happen right before our eyes, and it's giving us more faith, man. That's why we're able to come out in different parts of the country and cities, because this is right here is based off of faith. Coming to a place that you've never been to and prophesying, you're doing that off of faith, and it's flourishing, man. You know, go ahead.
Corruption shall be overcome.
Corruption. All right, the ways of this society, the ways of Esau, the ways of wickedness is being overcome. You know, he keeps promoting wickedness, but it's being combated with the truth. You know, so the more times he promotes wicked shit, the more you got the men of the Lord coming out and prophesying against it. You know,
we're not gonna hold our tongue.
God.
We constantly day and night, man. Cause you got brothers throwing up videos all types of day, hours of the night, man.
Yeah, and they're on both sides of the world. So when we sleep, they're on the eastern hemisphere. They doing videos. And when we sleep, when they sleep, we doing videos.
That's right. Cause you got like the I remember I used to watch the channel with it was like the Senate and all. Them dudes constant all day long, all night. They steady putting up bills. But that's why we supposed to be doing the same thing. Because they putting out that wicked vibration, we putting out that righteous vibration.
Yep. And that wickedness is being overcome. Because you can't combat the truth, man. You can't debunk the truth, I should say.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
You can't, it's the truth. You can't debunk, you can't come up against it and say that's not the truth. You know what I mean? No, this is the truth, and that's what it is. You can try to come and twist it and lie or not believe it, but that doesn't make it not the truth. You know? You can't do nothing against it. Exactly. So you got all these false teachers, all these gainsayers, these scorners that come up against us. The only thing you're doing is furthering this gospel, man. That's why Paul said, whether they teach out of sincerity or contention, you know, he's pleased because the word of the Yahweh Shai is being preached, man.
Right.
It says, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared.
The truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. You know? And that's what's happening right here in this day and age, man. Because you had a time period where we had the falling away, where we didn't have prophets out here teaching. But the Lord, because we in the end times, you got men throughout the four corners of the earth constantly coming out and teaching, man. Constantly coming out and pushing his word. And it's bringing forth fruit, meat for repentance. So you got more brothers and sisters waking up. They might not all be prophets, but what? They're believing. They got the help, exactly. And we're all going to get the same reward, man. That penny, that kingdom. And these devils can't do nothing against that, man. You can't do nothing to stop the program of the Lord, man. And that's what makes it beautiful. You know, that's what makes us have that boldness, that confidence to come out here and teach. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what even if you kill us, man. The Lord said what? Hey, be faithful until death, and I shall give you a crown of life. So you even killing us isn't going to stop this thing, man.
It's actually worse for you.
Yeah. Because guess what? You die, we go to the spirit world. We're going to be prophesying against you in the spirit world, man.
Well, they say they kill the prophets every day anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
And he's gonna raise up another prophet and get started.
Exactly. And we're going to come back at the trump.
you ain't going to get away. You ain't going to get away.
Right, the dead shall rise
First.
first.
So there's no way around this, man. Death, that's why Paul said, death, I'm persuaded that neither death nor life nor angels nor principalities can separate us from the love of the Most High, man, which is in Yahweh Shai.
That's right, bro.
Hey, what did Yahweh Shai say? He said everybody's going to sit at that judgment seat. He said that for a reason. Everybody's going to sit at that judgment seat, every single soul. So it don't matter if you dead or you try to kill us. Like everybody's going to sit at that judgment. They're either going to get a righteous judgment or the judgment of the wicked. It's it.
Yep. You go back a second, Andrew?
Okay. Second Esdras, chapter 15, and I was at 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit.
Hey, that goes back to what the brother said about us, come out here and condemning the wicked. Because that's how the Lord's not holding his tongue. It's the way of his prophets, man. Because there was a while where all this wickedness was going on and nobody was saying nothing against it. You know? Nobody was speaking about these Rothschilds, this Illuminati, them being the false Jews. Nobody was speaking against that, man. Nobody speaking against this image. Everybody had this in their mama and their grandmama house, man. But the Lord said, what? I will no more hold my tongue as touching their wickedness. By way of how? Raising up the prophets, man. This is how he's not holding his tongue anymore. They shall cry they shall cry day and night.
That's right.
I shall set up watchmen that shall never hold their peace.
That's right,
That's what we're doing, man. That's the Lord's. That's as the brother said. We're the mouthpieces of the Lord, not holding our tongue as touching their wickedness.
That's right.
Talking about the destruction of our people, slavery. These devils wish that we would just stop talking about it, man.
That's right.
That's what they want, because they know the power of words, man. Scripture says that the power of tongue is life and death, right? So we're speaking about life to our people, which is really the death to Esau, man.
Like them elites, man, they can't sleep at night. They ain't getting the proper sleep because why they know that the prophets out here on the highways and hedges are condemning them.
In their own kingdom.
That's right, prophesying against them. That's what the Psalms, the 23rd Psalm. He said he prepared a table before us in the presence of our enemies. And that table is right here, being set. Because we out here speaking against it.
Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied against both many countries and great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's right.
And that's in that kingdom.
Exactly. Yep. And all the prophets, there you go. They prophesied in the kingdoms of their captivity.
That's right, cut.
Even Yahweh Shai, he was in captivity.
Cut.
So what we're doing is nothing new, man.
Right.
We just got new bodies.
That's right, cut. That's right.
We got new carne.
Cut.
But the spirit is all the same, man. It's all the same.
That's right.
And hey, the spirit of America is nothing new, man. It's just magnified. Because it's what? Babylon and Rome, Egypt, Nineveh, Assyria. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Greece. It's just all of that all mixed in one. That's why it's called Babylon the Great.
That's right.
So if you had Babylon the Great, that means you want to have what? The prophets to prophesy against Babylon the Great, man.
Right.
Of war and of evil and of pestilence. And what war is coming? That war Armageddon, man. The war of worlds, man. Yep, the war to end all wars.
Oh, man.
And that's how you know that these devils ain't the ones. Because the Lord said, what? Once we get back into our land, they will learn war no more. But this country's been at war since its inception, man.
Since them devils been in Israel, they've always been in combat with other people.
Word, hey, and the leaders or the rulers of this world don't even live in the Holy Land.
Oh.
And Rothschilds and Jake and the Rockefellers, they don't even live in Jerusalem, man. Why? Because they got bombs flying over that shit all the time.
Right? It's not safe.
It's not safe. If that was your land, you got the Balfour Declaration, you wanted the land, right? Why don't you live there? Why you not there? Why you not roaming the streets of Jerusalem, Jacob? Why you not roaming? What was that? Galilee.
Why you not roaming wherever you please?
Why you not in the city of David? Because when the true men of Israel get back in that land, best believe we're gonna be over there, man.
Right.
And it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be, and the scripture said it's gonna streets gonna be paved with gold.
Right. Sure ain't now.
Yeah, this streets is getting paved with missiles, projectiles from Hezbollah.
Word, cause ain't no Ishmaelites gonna be all trying to get into the land once we get there, man. They gonna know there's no battle here, man.
There ain't gonna be no missiles flying over Yahweh Shai's throne, man.
Oh, we gotta fix this part of the kingdom up. Nah.
Talking about incoming. Take shelter.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, it's like it's so evident how true the Bible is, but people they just think that, oh, that's not real. But here it is. You have Caesar's palace. What the hell did Caesars come from? Where did they get Caesars from? Where did Nero come from? That's clear. That's who. Man, crazy. Nero.
Go ahead.
I thought
Okay,
this is all pertaining to like the war that's going to come to heaven and all that. All right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13. I'm gonna start at verse 30. It says, "And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another."
One realm against another, man. And it said one people, one place. That's all out world war. And on top of that, it said one realm against another. You know? So that's going to be a whole nother, that's that spooky stuff right there. You got to imagine, you got people fighting, and all of a sudden you just see a whole fleet. A fleet of you see a father ship, and then you can see a whole fleet of chariots. Say, yo, what the?
pass out.
And that's why it says actually you go down where it says that they gonna stop. Every man they gonna stop fighting in their fight, and they gonna fight against that. They gonna fight against that realm because they gonna realize, oh, nah, this is bigger than what we fighting about now. Because Yahweh Shai was like, oh, let me get in on this. Yeah, I want to fight. That's why the Lord says, sit down on my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. Lord didn't get his fight back. He didn't get to get his fight, man. Yahweh Shai won a battle.
He hasn't treaded the wine presses alone yet.
He has not tried the wine presses alone. God, he has not subdued his enemies.
Because everybody ain't see it. I mean, that's how you know those people in Israel are not the true people.
Yep. Imagine, you got all the power. I was thinking about that. Like, when Yahweh Shai raised up, he said, all power was given to me in heaven and earth. And he never used it. He hasn't even used all, like, imagine you got all power. What do you think you're going to do with that?
I gotta flex.
I gotta hear it.
I gotta flex.
I've been given all power, but I haven't been able to use it. And on top of that, I got people talking about me negatively. I got my brothers waiting for me. I got somebody over here claiming to be me.
My joint heirs.
I got somebody over here claiming to be me, portraying himself as me, but I'm sitting here with all power, and I'm supposed to come back happy? I'm supposed to come back just, no, man. When you got all power, you gonna want to flex, man.
That's it.
You gonna want to show it. That's like when you got mad money. What are you gonna do? You gonna bow at the bar. You gonna come through in a Lamborghini. That's why would you not? You got all the money in the world, so you gonna come through in a hoopty? You gonna come through on a bike? That's why you think when people get money, they what? They get G4s. They get G4s. You know what I mean? They get private jets. That's right. They get chains and big ass mansions. That's them showing off their glory. That's right. So that's why the Lord said in Isaiah 63rd chapter that who is this traveling in the greatness of his strength? Mighty to save. When the Lord come back, he coming back in the greatness of his strength, man. That's right. Because all power is given unto him. Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. Shalom, shalom. We're not Muslims. We are Israelites, though.
No, me too. We all Israelites. My name is Abuela.
We keep going to the point the brother just said. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 32. It says, "And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I shewed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another."
It said every man's gonna leave the battle one against another. You know, so that's gonna be a world fight. There's gonna be multiple different battles all across the world, man. And you see the sides setting up right now. Who's on this side? Who's on that side? And you got America's allies looking at America like, I'm not really fucking with you right now. like yeah, right now, but like wait till like let me get. You got Turkey. They over here making deals with Iran, deals with Russia. A lot of them, and it's all because what? You got America, especially with Trump, is on that what? American exceptionalism, meaning that they can do whatever they want to do. You would say something?
Yeah, I was going to say Iraq. That's where the oil be at. And then you got over there in Syria, they trying to get away from America. They don't want to sell their money. They don't want to sell their oil in American dollars anymore. And America's mad. So they trying to put the smackdown on them and hijack the oil, man. What I was just going to do is backfire on them, man, because all the other nations are like, man, we want our shit, man.
You got American, European countries that are part of the NATO that are looking at America like, yo, you fucking with our money because you trying to sanction us for doing deals with Iran. And you the one that backed out of the deal. We still in the deal. You know?
They got that Brexit, man.
Yeah, the Brexit.
You know?
I got something to the rug.
Yeah, you got Germany. Which Germany, they got fucked up by America in, what was that, World War II?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, damn, we just talking about that. But
I think it was World War I. Yeah.
When they the rats was living good over there, and they lied on them, man.
Yeah, so they got fucked up, and
and
they had to pay reparations. That's what happens when in war, whoever the loser is, you got to pay reparations to the winner, basically for the price of that war. Whatever they lost, whatever losses they took, they basically start taxing the loser. So Germany, their economy was hit for a while because of that World War I. So you think they forgot about that shit?
That saying something about it too, because that's Edomites.
Yeah, they all Edomites. Yep.
That's the point. This is what you brought out earlier. Verse 34 says, "And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting."
And overcome him by fighting. So when the Lord comes back, it ain't gonna be no day of we all just gonna rise up and go into the clouds together in lily fields. They said that they gonna want to overcome him by fighting, man. And that makes perfect sense, because the Lord, being a so-called black man, a man from the tribe of Judah, we're already the most hated people on the earth. So you see this man with mad power coming to, obviously in a warlike formation. You gonna want to, the Lord said, and was that 13 above it? He said that what they were sore afraid, but yet durst fight. They gonna want to try to fight for this kingdom, man.
That's right.
Because the Lord's coming back not just for a particular place. He's not just coming back to take over Jerusalem or Israel. He's coming back to take over the world. So if he's going to do that, that means he gotta destroy all the armies of the world.
That's right.
And when you destroy a nation's army, that nation becomes what? Spoiled.
That's right.
That's why when in the time of war, when you read in the Old Testament, Deuteronomy, we will beat their armies, or we will beat their military, then what? The women and children will become spoiled to us.
Right.
And that's why all these nations are going to become spoiled to the Lord and to his elect, because the Lord is going to destroy all the armies of these nations. And now the people don't have no defense. And that's when we're going to rule over them with that rod of iron. And they're going to learn the ways of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
They're going to learn the days.
They're going to learn the ways of, that's what, give me Isaiah 2:1. They're going to learn the ways of Israel. Man. Just like this devil made us learn the ways of his doctrine by way of destroying us, by way of beating us and putting us in slavery. We're going to do the same to him. But they're going to learn the ways of righteousness. And not just to him, all these heathens, man. All these heathens are going to learn the ways of Israel, man.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "The word that Isaiah, son of Amoz, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh Shah's house shall be established in the top of the mountain."
They said the mountain, and the mountain represents what? Government.
That's right.
You know? Because it's all about, once again, a government represents rulership. You know, the word government comes from govern, which means rule, and it means mind. So the mind of the ruling mind is going to come from what? From Israel. So everybody's going to have to put on the mindset of Israel, just like, and we read in Jeremiah, the nations have drunken of the wine of Esau, therefore they're mad, because they put on the mind of Esau. That's why you got homosexuality, transgenderism, women over men, are eating abominable foods. All these things are highly esteemed in this society because these people have put on the mind of the rulership of Esau. And the time when the end days come, when this place is destroyed, Yahweh Shai's reign, or the reign of Israel, the kingdom of Israel, that's going to be the government that's going to be established on top of every other government. That's why, and what's that? Isaiah 9 and 6 says that he's going to put the government upon his shoulders. The ruling mindset is going to be coming forth from what? Israel, man. And that's how righteousness is going to flourish throughout the world. Because our mindset, we're going to be changed. The law is going to be put in us. Yahweh Shai, which is the King of Kings, he is the law. He's going to come. He's going to set his kingdom, and then all our job is going to be what? To be put forth that righteous vibration throughout the whole world, man. And that's what's going to be the mindsets of everybody. You're going to have to learn how to be righteous, man. Just like this devil made everybody learn how to be wicked, we're going to teach you, we're going to learn how to be righteous. And we're going to have to beat it into you. Because all people know now, what's that, 1 John 2 and 14? The whole world lieth in wickedness. So everybody only knows wickedness. So how you going to get that out of them? You're going to have to beat it out of them and then beat righteousness into them.
Succeeded great.
What happens?
Wickedness succeeded great.
We can exactly, and it makes perfect sense. The devil, Esau, he's the opposite of righteousness. So therefore, wickedness has polluted the earth. So when Yahweh Shai comes, righteousness is going to, I don't want to say pollute the earth because it's not going to pollute it, but it's going to subdue the earth. It's going to be flourishing in the earth, man. And then the earth is going to rejoice. The actual earth is going to rejoice, man. Because the earth is meant to dwell righteously. The earth is meant, that's why it's called Idam, paradise. That's not just talking about a specific place. I was talking about the whole land. The whole earth was meant to be a paradise. But it can't be because the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. So when righteousness is reigning, the earth is actually going to feel that righteous vibration, and it's going to bring forth a beautiful state, man. And that's what's going to be heaven on earth, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel." So basically, like the brother was just saying, man, you know, you're gonna have to beat it into them, all right? Because right now, all this wickedness is going around on the earth and all that. Like the same way they beat their whole doctrine and all that into our people back in slavery, man. Which we still are in slavery when we first got off the ships, man. When our people came over this water that's right behind us, man. Got here, just like, they showed you that in what? What's that movie? Kunta Kinte, Cruz. You know, when they was beating him, talking about your name is Toby. So we're put on the Israelite name. He had an Israelite name, but they beat an American name into him. You know, a westernized name into him. So we gonna beat what the law, statutes, and commandments in their ass, man. And they gonna respect it because they gonna want us to stop whooping their ass, man. Like when the Sabbath come, they gonna be like, damn, I'm glad it's the Sabbath. We got some rest. You know, we ain't gonna give them no rest the same way they ain't give us no rest, man. You know, in the same way they still not giving us no rest right now. You know, all they laws that they make and everything is geared to what? The downfall of Israel, man. You know, to keep us at the bottom.
Hey, this is scripture. I think it's Zephaniah or Zechariah where it says that whoever doesn't come up to serve to the tabernacle feast, the Lord's gonna make it to where it stops the rain. So we're literally gonna force them, and by way of spiritual intervention, because if he's gonna stop it from raining, that means what? Your produce, you're gonna have a famine.
That's right.
So you're gonna want, it's gonna behoove you to keep our high holy days, not because it's gonna make, because everybody gonna like it. We're literally gonna have the power to stop your nation from thriving if you don't serve our high holy days, man.
Yeah, come. The same way they can do to us now, man.
Yep.
Yo, matter of fact, probably with that chip, going into the chip. Because once you get that, ultimately, man, they basically, you present a lethal to them and they control it. You know, so they can cut your money off, cut your benefits off. They basically can do that
Erase
now.
you from the system.
Yeah, kind of can do that now with certain benefits that they have, like the EBTs and all that shit.
But you gotta have it first.
Yeah, kinda. So they can shut that shit down, man. You know?
Certain requirements you have to have to keep it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But everybody doesn't have an EBT, so it's not like it's a world. It's not like it's a necessity. You know what I mean? But the chip is going to become a necessity, just like money. Imagine if you couldn't. They did something to where you couldn't actually get FRNs, or you couldn't actually get a debit card or Visa or credit card. You couldn't survive. You couldn't survive in this because we were talking about earlier. Every day, when you step out your house, you spend at least $20 to $30 a day. No matter what you do, like some way, somehow, you're spending money. So imagine you had it to where these devils had it to where you didn't have money to spend. Like you couldn't get money. You wouldn't be able to survive in this society. But that's what they're going to do with the chip. That's why it says no man might buy or sell. Whenever you come out your house, you're either going out the house to buy or sell something.
That's right, God.
You're selling your time for you to what? Get money.
That's right. Right. So they're just going to shut that right down, man. So you ain't going to be able to do shit.
And that's why that goes into worshiping the beast,
God.
because that means you going into the mark, or you accepting the mark. That means you're accepting or bowing down to his society. Because right now, people bow down, people worship the beast now, but they do it unconsciously. But he gonna make it to where that you're gonna consciously worship him. You're gonna consciously make a decision to worship what he's about.
That's like I say, every knee shall bow.
Exactly.
Tongue shall confess, man.
Yep. Because that's what the Lord gonna do when he come back. You ain't gonna subconsciously worship him. You're gonna know exactly who he is, what he's about, what he's for, and you're gonna consciously make that effort, that conscious decision to bow your knee to Yahweh Shai, man.
Also, give me one scripture. Give me 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Right? Because according to scripture, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Yeah, because it's going to be by hook or by crook. Y'all going to bow down to the Lord, man.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and 29. It says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
And he's going to deliver the elect. Lord, well, not Lord willing, he's going to. That is the Lord's will. He already said it's his will. Lord willing, us and you know, the brothers, the prophets that's out there sincere are going to be, you know, among those that be delivered. You know, but, you know, we don't.
Verse 30, it says, and he shall come to the astonishment, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
The people that dwell on the earth that didn't heed what we saying, they're going to be surprised as hell, man. They're going to be surprised that this is like, wait a minute, damn. We didn't think this was some movie shit. They're going to look up and see spaceships. They're going to see huge so-called black men with angel wings coming up out of them spaceships, as they call them. We don't.
That's it.
All right, now, I love y'all united front, right? And I'm all for that, right? But my thing is, how we gonna build our economical situation? But oh, you laughing? I'm talking about real shit. 720 credit score. How we gonna get $250,000 to make something really happen? How we gonna get $20,000 to do something constructive? Right? I'm just talking about building where we ain't gotta worry about no light bill. You gotta worry about no rent. I'm talking about all that. Because that's what I'm doing.
We could do that, and that's cool. But this system's going down.
I got that.
So regardless.
So watch this.
Why do we need a credit score?
So watch this.
Right now, yeah.
So let me just say this in and out. So we know
you're not gonna be able to buy nothing without the mark of the beast.
So look, so we know that this joint is about to bubble out.
Yeah.
We know they put fiat money in the system,
right?
We know money has no backing, right? You on the same page?
Yeah.
Right? We understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that is the criteria, right? And we know that we can set up a system where we can do X, Y, and Z, and we work collectively together and have a good credit score. You got 720, he got 720, I got 720. We go get $300,000 together and do something and buy some real estate.
I mean my bad. I was gonna say that's all cool, but we talking about something different right now. We talking about salvation.
And also, why would we why would we do that when we out here? You see these signs right here? America's about to be destroyed. So why would you put your money in anything in this country? When look at Atlantic City as a whole. Atlantic City's falling, man. You know what I'm saying? You got casinos and closing down. I got a point to add to what you said. That's cool and all, but that wasn't the solution for our people. Because when you check that out, look at Black Wall Street. You know what I mean? Our people did that. Our people came together. You didn't have just Black Wall Street. You had Rosewood. We had Rosewood. Hold on. We had Black Wall Street. We had Rosewood. In Chicago, we also had the Black Belt. Well, our people did come together and form these communities, and we was prosperous. But when it happened, it got shut down because ultimately, hold on 1 second, I'm not going to be too long. The Heavenly Father was against that because we didn't repent and come back to Him. Our problem isn't an economic problem. Our problem is a spiritual problem. And the answer is no, we don't just give up. Brothers work, brothers maintain. Some brothers got businesses and so on. We don't know that. Some brothers go to college.
I want you to stop right there.
We're not knocking that. But as far as having faith in the system and trying to build something here, okay. But look, okay, and we with that. Get what you can get and get out. But guess what? How much you gonna get until you run into this? Because this is the new currency that's coming. All right. The chip, which is the mark of the beast.
All right. And notice she pointed out her hand, so she know about it.
Look. Listen, right. I walked upstairs. I walked past y'all the first time. No. Look. So I said to myself, I said, look. When I walked upstairs, I said, I didn't have a question. I didn't have a solid question. I mean, we can talk about spirituality all day. But at the end of the day, when we go home, we need money. We need to pay for rent. We need to pay for food. We need to make sure our kids got X, Y, and Z. So we can talk about all that. We talk about all that in real time. My point of reference is this, man. In and out. If the system is corrupt as we know it, right, and we know that we can put an LLC, we can put business trade lines on an LLC and a corporation, get 100,000 each corp. Why we ain't doing that? Hold on.
We could do that. We
Hold
can
on,
talk
wait a minute.
Hold on, brother. But you know what? We don't want to stray away from what we really talking about. We can do that too.
My ninja.
Bro,
my ninja.
My credit score over that 720. It don't matter.
So watch this.
It don't matter.
So watch this and now.
This credit score gonna burn out.
Hold on.
This credit score gonna burn out anyway. It don't matter.
Look, watch this in and out, right? So we clear, right?
But we talking about spiritual. We changing the subject.
We walking to a place. I'm trying to walk you to a point. You got 720 credit score, yes?
747.
You got 747. Now, can you have $20,000 in your credit in your bank account right now? All right, that's my point of reference. Now, I'm trying to.
But is that 20,000, brother? But is that money gonna save me?
Look,
that's the main point.
Look,
is that going to save you? We're here to save your spirit. We're not trying to get rich. We're trying to get rich in the kingdom, bro.
Let me walk you to a place. You live in a studio 1-bedroom apartment right now.
1 bedroom.
Okay, you live in 1 bedroom, right? Now, are you going to tell me if you're going to tell me in this real situation we dealing with, you wouldn't want to live in a 3-bedroom? Would it have a Range Rover? No, I'm walking you to a place to say, look, you got your hush puppies on, you got your wallaby clocks on. Look.
Is that what you're looking for?
No, you're not. You're missing my point. Now, see, this is not about material things. See,
that's all you're talking about.
No, but I'm trying to say something that makes valuable sense when you go home and you eat, when you lay in your bed. You gotta have fun. You gotta have this devil. You gotta have this white company. Hold on.
No.
You gotta have this fiat money. You gotta have this fiat money. You gotta have this fiat currency to go from A to Z, right? If you ain't got none of this, you can talk to you blue in the face, man. Now, I'm a spiritual dude, right? I'm walking the spiritual path, but at the end of the day, you know what? Dealing in this reptilian, draconian system, guess what I need? I need fiat dollars to put gas in my car, to put gas on my house, right? Overstaying that, to put lights and do everything else. Now, being that's the case, in conclusion, I'm gonna sign off after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 of y'all. It's 8 of y'all. 8. I guarantee on my life y'all could put $50,000 together in 72 hours if y'all wanted to.
On your life?
I said it. Okay. I said it.
You don't want to put that. Sure about that?
Yeah, I said it. Look, know why I said it? Know why I said it? Know why I said beloved? Know why I said it, beloved?
Why?
Know why I said it, beloved?
Why?
Because at the end of the day, if you was able to generate $50,000 in real time, right? Between 1, 2, 3, 4, between 80 y'all, guess what? It'll be 150,000.
But what is that going to do? Yes, I'm saying.
Yeah,
What is that?
do?
What is the money going to do?
13 and 14.
Not gonna
For
do
here
anything.
we have no
What is money
continuous
gonna
city.
do?
Hold on.
Listen.
Hebrews 13 and 14. For here we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come.
And that's what we're looking
And
for,
what city
man.
is that?
The kingdom of heaven, man.
Where is
It's
it
gonna
coming
be
from?
on earth.
Is it New Beirut?
It's going to be on earth
Is it
after
new-
this
is-
society, this
How?
system gets destroyed.
You said New
Look, yeah, that's the thing. Look, you still have, but look, you have your faith in the society that is crumbling. Because you can't.
I love y'all.
Listen,
I'm
you have your
talking
faith.
I'm talking a long
But
time.
you have the faith. You have your faith or belief in a society that's crumbling. Because at the end of the day, the system that you're talking about, gathering at 50,000 or 150,000, that's still controlled by the central bankers. So you know people own these banks that you get your money from, right? You know they own these banks
Look,
that
my
you
ninja,
look.
my ninja,
But listen,
my ninja, hold on.
you spoke for a long time. They own these banks. God, they own these banks that you're talking about getting money from.
Oh, I got that.
All right. So what happens when those banks collapse? What happens when that $100 that you just pulled out has no
I
value?
got gold. I got silver.
All right.
Right. Then
You
watch
have
this.
gold
Wait
and you
a
have
minute.
silver.
Wait a minute.
You
Let's
have
talk.
gold and have
Wait a
silver.
minute. Let's talk.
But
Wait
what
a
happens
minute.
when
My ninja,
you
let's
gold
talk.
and silver?
Gold is always gold. Then watch this now. So we clear. Right? This fiat money that we got in our pocket, 1933. As of 1976, it was backed by
It was
gold.
backed by gold,
All right,
yes.
then. So stop right there. So that's the case, right? Now, if the money is
It's backed by. Yes, we know all that, man.
Hold
we
on,
know
I
all
want to
that.
know why he is it. But because at the end of the day, right, I'm looking at y'all brothers,
Sir,
right?
I'ma tell
No,
you
no,
what.
no, I'm looking at y'all brothers united together, right? Hold on.
Nah, we gotta let the. This is what we up here for.
Let me say this last
Nah,
time.
you said a lot.
This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death.
Okay, fine.
We're not
So let
worried
me.
about That's what we out here doing. That's why we coming out here teaching our people.
So you say you're
Because
not
when
worried
this
about
place-
money?
listen,
You say you're
hold
not
on.
worried about money?
Well, all right,
No,
okay, so
the
when
Lord told us, be content with your daily bread. That's what the Lord told us, man.
All right.
That's what he told us. So as long as we have a daily bread, we have a roof over our head, we be able to feed our kids, we got clothes on our backs, as you see, that's the only thing we're concerned about. Because at the end of the day, this kingdom is going to be destroyed. This money's going to be destroyed. We're not looking money. Look, we're the real value. We're the real money. We're the real jewels. The Lord said He's going to make us more valuable than precious gold. So we're not looking to have gold. We're going to be
You know
the
the word that
gold.
you using?
We're going to be
You know
the
the word
gold.
that you using?
I'm using what? Faith. I'm using hope.
All right.
That's
so,
what I'm talking
so
about.
watch this. You losing faith and hope. Now, let's talk about faith and hope. So let's talk about what faith and hope get you in real time.
This
No,
is real time.
no, watch this. No, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you one example. I want to give you one example. Let's talk about faith and hope, right? Now, you back on your mortgage, right? No, no wait a minute.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right?
Yes. Go ahead.
Look, this for you. This
I'm
Proverbs
gonna tap
23
out.
and 4.
I'm gonna tap out.
Labor not
Now,
to be rich.
I'm gonna tap
Hold
out.
up.
I'm gonna
Proverbs
tap out.
23 and 4. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thy own wisdom. And that's what you're not doing. You trying to apply your own wisdom on getting money and prospering. You ain't gaining God.
So I want to say this. I want to say this to y'all brothers, man. I'm actually going to sign
You know
up.
what we desire? We desire slaves.
I'm actually going to sign up on this note.
That's what we desire. They got slaves.
I'm actually,
You're a slave.
I'm
You're a slave. I'm a slave.
Dude,
You're a
what
slave. You
about
work.
this, brother? What about this right here?
You know what I mean? You're not free. You got a social security card? You don't have a social security number? You got a license?
Wait a minute. What are we talking? What are we talking about? Social security card.
You got a mortgage?
No, we
No,
don't.
you don't got a mortgage. You don't pay rent?
Hey,
You
brother,
got a card?
are you a sovereign?
You ready for it?
Are you a
Are you
sovereign?
going to deal with it?
Are you a sovereign, brother?
Are you ready to deal
Are
with
you a
it?
sovereign, yes or no?
Yeah, all day like yesterday. Are you ready to do what I'm about
And
to say?
so is Malachi York, and his ass is locked up too.
But guess what?
That's right. It don't matter. This white man, if he wants you, he can take you down, bro. It don't matter what laws you know and the UCC code and all that. They can still take you down no matter what.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we all ready.
I live my life every day. I worked a job last 10 years, man. I ain't never worked a job since that day now. I've been living off the money being fiat. I've been living off the mortgage, being a fraud in this transaction, right? Now, you got all this information, right? You got all these tools that you know that is already corrupted, right? Everything about the system is corrupted. We got fiat money, they taking souls for by a living, and this is the way that the system is rocking. So my thing, hold on, let me just say this. As an intellectual, as an intelligent brother that I am, I take the information that I have, right, and get the riches for our people to say, okay, so y'all sit out here and say, look, whatever. I want to know, show me one millionaire Hebrew Israelite. I'm talking about in the sense of, I'm talking about in the sense of this. I ain't talking about all that spiritual shit right now. I'm talking about watch this.
Then look, brother, your point is null and void if you're not talking that spiritual shit, because we are. That's it.
You missing my point.
It's not about money. You came here just talking about money.
No, I'm not.
We're not worried about money. We're not worried about money.
Listen, brother man, can I read this for you?
John 4:24. You said you're not talking spiritual, and that's fine. But this is what we believe in. We're spiritual men.
What is belief? The absence of knowledge.
No, it's not.
Belief. You can believe in Santa Claus. Belief.
You can believe in something.
No, belief.
You believe
You have
the
belief.
things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, this St. John 4:22. Ye worship you know not what. We know what we worship for salvation.
What Bible you reading out of? What Bible you reading out of? King James? Yep. Assalamu alaikum, brother. I'll take it easy.
Now you're Muslim? What? Now you're Muslim? What?
That's a slave religion. That's a slave religion.
Damn.
You know what? I bet you he don't know that.
Can I say one thing real quick?
First, a lot of our people don't study.
You can hear like the way he was coming up. His whole thing was this: like, his woman was not out of order.
He came over.
He came over here basically saying, "Hold on, Hakim, come on."
Shema.
He came up here saying that brothers can't come together for the first of all, you don't even fucking know us, man.
Exactly.
Some brothers back here got good jobs, so-called good FRNs, make more than his ass. So for you to make that statement just shows that he's already puffing himself up, like he's already better than us and we number bumps. How the fuck do we get over here, man? We got cars. It takes money to put gas in the cars. We got hotels. Lord willing, we're gonna eat later. But that's the mentality of Jacob making it here. Like the elder said about Black Wall Street. We don't have a fucking army. Jake don't have a conquer mentality, man. You're over here trying to use his money to build up. But what about having an army to conquer the nations, man? What about spoiling the nation? What about making their heads bow down? What about this, man? What about this, man? What about this, man? He ain't talking about that, man. You know why? Because he's scared to go to war. He wants to come over here and show up in front of his woman so he can get some pussy tonight, man. That's really what it's all about, just to hear himself talk, man. And at the end of the day, he says, Salaam alaikum or whatever. So how is that going to, he's all over the goddamn place, man. If the elder brought out his credit score, because he just looked at us like we some bum-ass niggas. We tell brothers to get jobs here, man. We have a pot amongst ourselves where we get paid and we put money in a pot, man, so we can make moves like we making now, man. Matter of fact, you want to talk about economics? We got more economics than him. We got a treasury amongst us, man. Pot that whether something happens, we hold it down for brothers for each other. So you want to talk about economics? We got that. But his mentality is being shit, but we know about bumps and we know about talking, man. Look, this wisdom is riches, man. That's the first thing, man. And the way we conduct ourselves, man. That's the most important thing. This economy is gonna collapse. And we do tell brothers to get jobs, man. That's being a fucking man. That's common sense, man. Get a job, get your own place, get out your mommy's house. Be a man of valor with integrity and character. Walk the walks of, that's how you gotta get your mind right, man. Act like a fucking man.
And riches come from the Most High. He was trying to say, like, it's up to him. If you got 50, you will automatically have 150. That's not true, man. This is Sirach 11:14. And it says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
You know, man. And they don't, and these people don't realize, like, see, it's always Jake dumbass, man. They really don't, he believes in the system. Like, he want to act like he's sovereign, but at the end of the day, you believe in the system, man. Because everything that you're talking about, everything that you're talking about goes back to these devils' system. You didn't say nothing outside of their system. Everything that you was talking about, the money, 150 to 50,000, this and that, who you getting that from, man?
He didn't say shit about them taking them down. What about these motherfuckers getting taken out of power? What about them getting fucking brought down and chained and slavery?
You want to, like I said earlier, you want to build a kingdom inside a kingdom. Like, the Lord not coming back to build his kingdom inside this kingdom, man. He's coming to destroy this kingdom and set up another kingdom.
Let's build our own community.
And also, like you know, all this,
Our faces and our dollars.
all this money shit. You talking about all this money? The white man talking about giving our people reparations. You know what's gonna happen when the white man gives our people reparations? Half our people gonna blow that shit on fucking Gucci. We're gonna give it right back to them. Yo, the white man will build this damn economy off of the reparations they give us, with their damn faces on it. At the end of the day, the money's still gonna have their faces on it, man. So it don't matter all that reparation nonsense. To hell with that, man. Look, that's the spirit, Caesar. That money has Caesar's face on it.
What about our faces and our dollar bills?
Yeah. What about our currency? What about the shekels?
Right.
What about true economy? What about building up our economy as a people without them?
He talking about he got sovereign, but sovereign, you gotta have a land to have sovereign, man. Like sovereignty, a sovereign land, a sovereign kingdom means that they govern themselves. You can't govern yourself inside of another government.
I'm gonna hit you with the wisdom of this world, even though the scriptures say the wisdom of this world is foolish. But I'm gonna hit you with something. 4 components of power: land, labor, arms, and capital. You don't have no arms because you don't have no army.
Right.
You don't have no capital because you got to go to the white man for capital. Land, you don't have no land because the so-called white man can take it. Eminent domain. And what was the other one I said? Well, we already said capital. Land, labor. So you don't control the workforce. If you don't have land, labor, arms, and capital, you can't sit here and talk about you sovereign.
Facts.
You know that's
He saw show you how
ended off with
sovereign.
that.
He saw show you how sovereign you are when he's in the fucking throne. Over your ass, they blow your ass away, man. You gonna see how sovereign you are.
I bet you went and paid for your hotel room talk. You ain't pay with it. You ain't saying I got sovereignty. Let me in.
I just want to read this. And this is a good cap. The book of Job, chapter 28, verse 12. But where shall wisdom be found, and where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The death saith, it is not in me, and the sea saith, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx, or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom, and where is the place of understanding? Seeing is hid from the eyes of all the living, and kept close from the fowls of the air. I said, basically, that's what that dude talked about, because I was listening to him, he came up. As soon as he said, build up your credit to 720, like, yo, you're done. You're talking about maintaining yourself here. We're talking about getting these devils out of power. Ain't about your credit. Credit is fake. Ain't no money in credit. But real quick, credit is virtual reality. You got a 720 score means nothing if you die tomorrow. You can't, and your family can't inherit your credit score. You think your father dies, he had a perfect credit, that's gonna go to you? You gotta build your own credit. You the slave. Each slave is individually, man. Your credit could go to hell, man. If you got credit, you still struggling. Because you gotta use your credit you ain't got no money, so you gotta use your credit to buy stuff you can't buy with money. So now you're more in debt.
You know, and really, we go back to the credit score. Those are actually companies that's basically making those. They're making those. You're not you. You're that credit score.
Yeah.
Like they don't care about who you are as an individual. They don't care about what your word is. They're like, oh, what's your credit score? And that's coming from a company that these devils rule anyway. So you want to talk about build your credit score? You're building that credit score to basically impress them. You're saying, oh, I got a 720 credit score. They're looking at you like, oh, you know what? I like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like you. I'll give you some money. You're trying to impress these devils, man.
They may make your money. They make your money off of credit score. Because when they give you a credit card at first, it ain't no money on you. Yeah. You just go down there and use that shit. They be like, oh, you got a credit limit of $10,000 or whatever. So you hoping that you got that $10,000 on there, so you go use that. Then you paying them real money back. Yeah. Not even real money. You paying them money back.
Well, they say a credit score. If you got no credit, that basically means you haven't been in our system long.
That's right. Yeah, good.
We don't know how good of a slave you are yet. Yeah. So we gotta see you build up your credit score to our liking, and then we'll let you deal.
And you're never going to live in the level of the Rothschilds.
That's right.
You can play that whole game. These Rothschilds, they have villas and mansions and palaces. They getting pampered from head to toe. They what 80% of the world's wealth. They riding around Rolls Royce and Bentleys. He ain't riding around no Rolls Royce and Bentley. He ain't gonna be living no villa. He ain't gonna have no slaves. He wants a burger. He's gonna go to fucking the supermarket. He don't have no damn farm with a bunch of cows that have no antibiotics and shit, eating it fresh or chicken fresh. He gonna come to the same hole where we at.
Yep. You right here. You know, these Rothschilds ain't coming to Atlantic City. They got their own. They only got their own fucking Atlantic City.
Casino in their house.
If you do got a good credit score, they're just gonna up the ante to it. This is based on debt, so people are using their credit cards more than they wanted to than back in the day, because they don't have no money, so they have to use their good credit score. And what's your credit score going to turn? It's going to turn bad because you're buying stuff more than what you're buying. Like credit cards used to be for big purchases. Back in the day, that's what a credit card was for. You buy a purchase for that money you didn't have cash to get. Now people use a credit card for little purchases, medium purchases, and big purchases. So now you're just going to be in debt, and everybody's going to be in debt. To where like the system's going to crash.
Oh, they said, show me a millionaire Israelite. King Solomon. King Solomon had riches beyond belief, man.
Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa. King David.
Oh yeah, technically.
He probably met Israelites on some rich
See, that's how you
money
know
wise,
these
like
niggas
FRL.
dumb. The scripture tells you that it's hard for a rich man to make it into the kingdom. Like, that's where your mind is at, man. So, like, and that's beautiful. Like, we won't probably see him, but if we do, like, when this shit collapses, I want to ask you, where's your sovereign at, bro? Like, yeah, because you think these devils, when a chip come, you think you're going to be able to go and say, yo, I got sovereign, let me get some bread.
Oh nah, he getting that shit.
I got sovereign. Nah, where the chip at?
Oh, shit.
These devils ain't going to give a damn about your sovereign when it's time for this to come out, man. It ain't gonna be no sovereign in that time. Look, these devils don't care about other countries' sovereigns. They go up in Syria. Syria said, we don't want you there. These devils say, nah, we coming over there anyway, we gonna bomb shit. Syria literally did not invite the American army over there. They invited the Russian army over there. America, Syria is a sovereign country. America still flew their fucking fighter jets over there and bombed the quote unquote ISIS over there. So,
Golan Heights.
So, yep. So when you talking about sovereign, you in America, Esau's own country, you think that he gonna give a damn about you talking about sovereignty? When they don't even care about the whole country's sovereignty, when they got an actual army too. So you think about shit, yo, man, that's why the Lord wanna have this devil come down upon you Israelites, man. Rest, man. Cause y'all really think y'all got it. Y'all really think y'all know everything, man. And when we come with you with the hope and the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you don't want to hear that, man. You want to talk money. So the Lord gonna be like, all right, let's talk then.
And then they walk away like they confident, like what?
You gonna say assalamu alaikum? Like that's the you shouldn't have said that
The
shit.
problem was because he walked back multiple times, he had a problem with the truth. And instead of coming like a man and saying, look, I see y'all are rising group, but I got a problem with what y'all be saying because you can't speak against the truth. So what he tried to do, he tried to come really on a financial tip. But really he had a problem with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right. He had a problem with the things we teach, and he knew he couldn't combat it knowledge-wise. He knew he would have got cut. So what he did was he tried to pick a straw man's argument based upon how he truly felt and go into money to try to make us look like bums that don't work, that don't do nothing, and that he has the way out through the system. But his real problem was he had a problem with Yahushua, man. He was a nigga that had a problem with Yahushua. That's all it was about. But he came with that bullshit argument because but what it really was when you look for him, like, what's your point? His point was he walked back here and that spirit was eating his ass up.
You said you went to his room and came back.
Because he had that demon on him. He had a problem with this truth, bro.
He came past twice.
Yeah, the first time he was standing over there, he was drinking.
Yeah, he said he wanted to ask a question, but he didn't know what to say.
You know what you got to do? There was one thing you saw in his ass too, pride.
Oh, hell yeah. Arrogance.
That's how you know the Lord will not deal with a guy.
He said, I'm intelligent.
Yeah, I'm intelligent.
The Lord said, let another man praise thee and not thy own lips.
I guarantee all y'all together don't have 50,000. How the fuck you even know? How you know that? But you can see the pride oozing off of him. It's not doing a guy like that.
And if we do, then what?
No humility.
Hey, the Lord might fuck around and fuck you up. The brother might hit the jackpot today, man.
Hey, brothers might hit something tonight.
Yo,
Come back with $1 million.
Like what, motherfucker? Be rich, in your world, right? Motherfucker? He said, millionaire Israelites? Here we are right now.
He said, here we are right now.
I got a quick precept. That dude was just straight up fool, man. This is Sirach chapter 22, verse 13. It says, talk not much with the fool, and go not with him that hath no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his foolery. Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with madness.
Yo, it said depart from him, man. Because imagine if we was like, you know what, we're gonna follow you, and we're gonna do what, you know what I mean, we're gonna see what you about. We'll be end up in some madness,
Yeah, we
man.
in the fucking dark alleyway.
You look like the type of nigga that got that Ponzi, that pyramid scheme shit,
Yeah,
man.
he like
Say, give me $50, I turn your $50 into $500.
He was so sovereign, his woman was out of order.
Yeah, she was out of
His
order.
woman was out of order. So if you were so powerful, you was so much control, your woman out of order. So how you so sovereign, your woman out of order? That shit don't make sense, man. Get your ass out of here. You going wolf tickets.
I guarantee. Man, I wasn't smacking with my fucking paycheck, bro.
and you know what? And you know what it is? We don't. It's not that we bragging about our credit scores and how much money we got, but it's like, bro, is it money and credit score that make you feel superior? Well, guess what? We got more of that than you, nigga. Come on, man. But it's not about it. We still, listen, with the money we got and the credit scores we got, we still up here serving Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah. What are you doing with your lesser credit score and your lesser economy?
Well, when he said 720, I'm like, that's it.
He done really gave up the ghost if you showed him your credit.
The thief was gonna fuck with him. Had a fucked up night.
That guy would have been like, Lord, my credit score is high. That's not going to save you. Like the first thing and the last thing he talked about was money.
And then on
Even
top of that, he
his
said,
woman wasn't even trying to talk too much on that. His whole conversation was funny. She had more valuable points than fucking money.
We brought up the chip. She said the chip.
Yeah.
She pointed at her hand and said the chip. So you can tell she knows something.
You don't know
He wanted to talk and show off.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, let a nigga that got more money come up to his woman, she'll probably believe him, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we sorry about his damn something crying in the room.
You said them sovereignites? Them sovereignites.
Peace, God.
Yeah.
Praises to Allah.
Arm, leg,
My
arm,
style
leg.
is impeccable. My defenses is impeccable. I want to eat his kill. Praises to Allah.
Yo, man.
You gonna say something, Big Show?
I was just before we signed off and everything. It's going to come a time when, he's going to, when Esau be like, listen, I got 720, 745 for no credit score. Esau was like, wait a minute, bro. Nah, you might have to take that chip. What about that chip? You got that chip? Nah, you got that chip. You ain't going to eat. Esau's going to be like, you want to keep that credit score? You want to keep that credit score?
He'll probably tell his woman. Get some bread and water just to eat for that day because he ain't eating weeks.
You ain't going to keep that credit score until you get that chip.
You gotta give up that sovereign ass.
You're my collateral.
That credit score ain't going to guarantee no seat on the chariot, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Neither is your $50,000. Like, Lord,
Listen.
you can't buy the Lord's salvation.
September 11, 2001, you had a whole bunch of people with high-ass credit scores and high jobs that lost their life.
That's right.
Out of those 3,000 people, supposedly, that died, you could say, at least, listen, if you work in the World Trade Center, 9 times out of 10, you got bread. And look how many people lost their lives. Look how many people lost their lives on that day. When the nukes come, you're not going to be able to swipe your damn debit card and pay off the nuke. Them damn nukes is gonna hit your ass.
Right. Oh, the chariots come. The chariot, your angels. My credit score is 780.
But I had 745. I had 745.
No.
And you know, also,
It's
My money and I want it now.
and you know what's something too, when 9/11 happened, they wasn't thinking about their credit score. They wasn't thinking about their money.
It's about surviving.
They was thinking, when they was seeing that plane crash, or when that plane got hijacked, when that shit hit the building, when they was trying to run, or when they was thinking about jumping out, they wasn't thinking about my credit score, all my money. They was thinking about how the hell am I going to get out of this situation alive? And that's what the Lord's bringing. He's bringing life-threatening situations to this place, man. He's bringing death to this place. You're not going to be thinking about anything else except survival.
And then he tell you he had gold and silver. What is that going to do with shit?
And that scripture tells you that. It's not going to profit. Your gold and silver is going to, look, when you're not going to be able to buy you're not going to be able to give somebody, this famine out, you're not going to be able to give somebody a piece of gold and like, yo, give me some bread for you. Oh, like, yo, that gold ain't going to do nothing for me right now. That's because the system isn't built off of, this system ain't built off of gold and silver. So gold and silver is valuable, but if you're not bartering, if you're not exchanging it, why do you need it right there? You don't need it at that moment. Exactly.
They don't kill motherfucker. Give me that gold. Bam.
It's not gonna be needed in that day. What are you gonna put on a gold chain? Like, why you famine? Why you in famine? Oh, he gave me this gold chain. No, I mean I'm hungry, but I got this gold chain. I'm looking fly as hell, hungry. You know what? Some nigga would do that shit too.
He gonna get eaten alive.
You gonna see a nigga with a pair of Jordans, with a fucking Rolex, and a big ass chain. Walking down the street.
But I'm flying.
That's what he's gonna have.
His gonna get eaten.
Hey, man, if you think about it, two examples that, me personally, two examples that always make me think about how people gonna forget about credit score, nonsense like that. Two things: the show The Walking Dead and The Purge.
Yeah.
They did The Walking Dead. The motherfuckers was caring about their credit score. They cared about how you gonna eat, how you gonna get water. You thinking during the purge, you gonna care about, oh, I had an 800 credit score. Don't murder me. Credit scores don't mean nothing. It's been put on a pedestal to make it think it means something. But if all out, it's survival. If it's survival mode, you ain't gonna be like, yo, I'm not gonna kill you because you got an 800 credit score. I'll kill him because he got 720. Nah, it's gonna be on something. He got what I need. I'm gonna take it.
That's right.
That's it.
Good scripture. Perfect for the moment. This Ezekiel 7:18. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and honor shall cover them. Horror. Oh, and horror. And horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their heads, meaning mourning. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in that day from the wrath of the Lord.
That's right. You ain't gonna be able to trade in them damn carrots for no carrots, man. You ain't gonna be able to. Yo, you
said
nuggets, some nuggets.
Some nuggets. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it's a stumbling block of their iniquity.
And that's that. I got something to back that up. Zephaniah 1, verse 14. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near. It hastens greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
So is your credit score going to save your ass in that day? Is your money going to save your ass in that? 50,000 going to say, yeah, not gonna.
The day of it, the day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, a day of distress, a day of wastefulness, a day of wasteness and desolation.
Nigga, when the Lord come back pissed off, he ain't gonna worry about no damn money you got.
Right.
Read on.
A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and an alarm against the fenced cities, against high towers.
What are fenced cities? Fenced cities, a fence is a defense. Literally defense. It's a defended, a guarded city. What is a guarded city? New York. If somebody fly a damn plane into some damn Willacoochee, Tennessee, don't nobody give a damn. But New York City is protected. Memphis, Tennessee is protected. Miami's protected. These places, if there's a damn terrorist attack, they can have the damn National Guard there in a matter of minutes.
You have the
seconds.
What is that called? The defense system. Yeah. Defense system with the
See it already coming to the sky.
Verse 17. I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
And if this dude don't get his act together, man, listen. And we up here with compassion. We clowning him, but we got compassion for our people, man. We hope he wake up out of that stupidness. We hope he wake up out of that. Read that again.
I will bring distress upon men.
He's gonna have distress, man, because he's looking for the wrong thing. Right. Black Hispanics and Native Americans, we're looking for the wrong thing. We're looking for money. We're looking for credit scores. We're looking for Beamers, Benzes, mansions. What we need to be looking for is spirituality, man. We answer to a higher power, man.
He's gonna give us a land. More. Wait a minute.
Hey, listen, we're gonna our homeland is across this ocean right here, man.
That's right.
We got brought a lot of our people got brought through this ocean in captivity, man.
Right.
We don't worry about that. We don't care about that. We care about money.
And it's a wise saying, a man is not defined by, a man is not valued by what he has, it's valued by who he is. Right. You know what I'm saying? And who we are. We, like the brother was saying, we the Jews. I mean, we the Israelites. We are the jury. You know what I'm saying? So the Jews that we wear we not representing the jury. The jury is representing us. We the gold. We the silver. You know what I mean? We got the Jews in our mind.
And with the Israel should be up to
That's right. So we the jury. I'm not representing like the brother got on jury, but if it's spiritual, people like he rocking the jury. No, the jury represents the Jews in my mind. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord blesses.
That's why Solomon has so much jewelry, because he didn't ask for the jewelry, he asked for the wisdom. And why did Queen Sheba give him all that? Because of the wisdom that he had. She gave him all that gold and silver and those camels and all that. We read it at 2nd and 10th chapter. So 2 Kings the 10th chapter. After he broke down the wisdom, that's when he just got more riches. So you want to talk about all that shit that you was talking about? That just shows you that you're poor, man. You're really poor. We're rich.
Listen, he might have a nice credit score, but the spirit telling me that dude is morally corrupt. That dude is morally bankrupt. That's what he is. Yeah.
Verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
So you're going to get rid of them quickly, man. If you're not on the right side of the Lord's elect, then you're going to be gotten rid of quickly, man. And no money, no credit score. You can have an 850 credit score. You could do some new shit, 851 credit score. You still are not going to make it out of this kingdom alive if you're not part of the Lord's elect. Plain and simple, that's it.
Psalms 49 verse 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches.
And what is the first thing he said? How about a 720 credit score? How about the money? How about getting 50? I bet my life, none of y'all could put $50,000 together between all 8 of y'all.
They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him.
Well, why don't you take all that money and free your people?
Oh, that's dumb.
Take all that money and free your people.
That's like, he should have heard that.
Take all that money and get us into the kingdom of heaven.
That's a good point. That shows that he's selfish. He's not the king. The king wants to liberate his people.
Man, he did not want them scriptures to come out. You could tell he had a problem with them scriptures, man, which is the scriptures is Yahweh Shah. I come in the volume of the book. He did not. That's why he kept rambling like that. He ain't want them scriptures to come out.
Yeah, he's like Paul White. He talk a whole bunch of fancy shit, but if you really weigh what he says, he's not saying nothing.
That's exactly.
He's not saying nothing. Like at the end of the day, listen, we don't worship money. We don't worship money up here. Yeah, money's his God. And God, we trust. That's you. We literally trust in Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That's it. It's not no money and credit score and all that nonsense.
And on some carnal worldly shit, he ain't doing all that.
He just
On
If
some
you was,
carnal worldly
you wouldn't
shit.
be built
And
on
if you
that.
look at him, look, man,
Be
look.
gambling.
Your girl got on holes in her spandex, like, you know, like, yo.
I'm gonna really tell you how you know he's not doing that good. If you that good, nigga, you ain't staying in those Caesars or Valleys.
Right.
You staying on the other side of Atlantic City,
Right.
where the Golden Nugget at, where Borgata. That's where you be staying if you was doing that good, man.
And he would have been there gambling, and he would have had them $100 chips, $1,000 chips.
Yeah.
And you definitely,
fucking
and you
$1,000
definitely
chips.
wouldn't be going past us 3 times and going back to your room thinking about a question to ask.
You be spending all that money. All that money.
You thinking about a question to ask.
Why you not staying at the Water Club? The Water Club, Borgata. You know why? You
Yeah,
not staying-
yeah. He would have had a badass car.
She like she
She
straight out of the
smoked
truck.
one too many damn blunts.
And bogeys.
Bad bogey.
And the thing about it, people don't understand, it's like this credit system is like really annoying to hear because what they don't understand is like, I think the movie called The Net was made in '95, long story short, Sandra Bullock. If the system crashed, I'm talking about, and let's say the system don't crash like financially, but let's say the internet just has a glitch for like 2 days, whereas the credit system, all that was altered and it's fucked up. Now nobody got a credit score, so now what? Like, they don't understand, like, you putting your trust in technology more so because there's not, like, when we say you got $10,000 limit, you got $10,000 limit of what? You have to pay that back. That's just the money you got to pay back that you don't have.
Somebody
that these
gave you
devils
that
did.
limit.
Yeah.
Wait, if you got sovereign, why you got a limit? I got a $10,000 limit.
Yeah.
Who put that limit on your bitch ass, man?
And credit score to who? You know, you got a 720 score. He said that. Oh, why don't we take this and uplift the people? Like, look, they tried it. Black Wall Street, all of that, man. You got to take away the problem. What's our problem? You ain't not once he mentioned these devils, man.
Nah.
Not once. He didn't mention these devils once.
No, his whole premise is cooperating with these devils.
Yeah.
That's what that credit score
That's
is.
how the Muslims
go
do,
along
man.
with their system.
And I know that a lot of men in Islam, man, Jake and Islam, they always talk about building within here. You want to come back with Esau so you can take over his shit, but still live like how he lived.
Right.
Like what you want to be running the credit system now?
That's why they all got them suits and ties and bow ties on. They
Yeah.
really want to be black Edomites, man.
Yo, matter of fact, like a lot of dudes around my way that used to be in the streets and everything, they got to Islam. Now all of a sudden these dudes is politicians. Going down there, the councilmen and all that shit. You know,
That's the
I'm
route.
gonna change the community. Yeah, good. I'm gonna change the community and all that. But they really rocking with Esau, man. That's what they manage. You know, and they want to push their like I remember talking to one of them, and he was saying that follow the laws of the land. I'm like, what's the laws of the land? He was like, oh, whatever they say. I'm like, so if they told you that you gotta wear a dress now, that's what you're gonna do? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I ain't gonna do that. So I said, their laws is not righteous. I said, the laws of the land is in the scripture. You know, and that's how we gonna rule our kingdom.
Close it out. So with that, we're gonna say all praises to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. And to those that passed away serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh shall arise first. Shalom.
Amen. And it's just